Hello everyone, I welcome you all. We're back with yet another solid marathon session. This time it is for MH CET 5-year LLB program. Right, so I'm your VA mentor Sanjana Chauhan and the session will be flowing like this, right? First I'm going to take care of English language and logical reasoning, right? And then it will be followed by Siddhant sir, followed by Riddhi ma'am and Tushar sir for quants. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for others to join. Let's see if we have some students joining us and then we'll begin straight up with the questions. Waiting for all of you to join, another 2 minutes and then we'll begin. I hope all of you are doing fabulous with your preparation, right? All right, I think it's just about time that we begin, and here I have a very interesting vocab based question for you. Which word is the closest synonym for pusillanimous? Take your time and then we'll discuss the option choice. Pusillanimous as a word refers to somebody who is timid or coward. So if you just go through the options, the best synonym for it will be cowardly here, which is option A, right? While audacious, resolute, tenacious are the exact opposites. Not tenacious, tenacious actually means persistent, right? Audacious is somebody who's very bold and arrogant and aggressive, right? So this was an easy one. One quick tip I wanted to share with respect to solving vocab based questions is that sometimes even if you do not know the meaning of a particular word, but this happens in rare cases only, you know, it's possible that of all the 4 options that are given, 3 can be clubbed as coming under one category, and the one that is left is the odd one out. So that is a pro tip for you on solving vocab based questions also, right? So the correct option for this one here will be A, which is cowardly. All right, let's take a look now at the next question. Which word best matches the meaning of obstreperous? I know this is a slightly fancy term and I'll give you a very close dupe of obstreperous again apart from the correct option choice here. So maybe take a minute. Shruti is there. Hi Shruti, hi Shristha. Guys, can you quickly tell me the correct option for this question? Obstreperous. Now understand, it's not always important that vocab will get asked in the form of closed test, because when you have a context, it's much easier to choose the right option, right? Alright, so I think Shruti has already given an option and she says it's option A, same is the case with Shrishta, right? So obstreperous essentially refers to something that is noisy, a crowd that is noisy, right? Very loud. And guys, quick tip, can you give me another word for obstreperous which is not noisy? Let's see. It begins with a B. It begins with a B and I feel it will come in your list of highly occurring words, you know, high frequency words. Let's see, Shruti, Shrishta, any idea? It begins with a B. It's boisterous, right? A boisterous audience. It's difficult to handle a boisterous audience. Alright, so if you're making notes, you can just write that down. So also then we have submissive, which you can easily eliminate. Serene is calm, right? And I'll give you more synonyms for serene also. Tranquil, placid, right? So that also means calm. And indifferent is when you do not really care, right? Very good, fair enough, Shrishta. Alright, let's take a look at the next question here. The word pellucid is closest in meaning to. If you do watch our YouTube sessions, I did conduct a 5-minute show also, wherein I discussed the root word LUC, which means light. So can you tell me what pellucid actually means by choosing the correct option here? Let's see. Lucid is clear, pellucid is also clear and transparent. Anything through which light passes will be transparent, and therefore pellucid, the correct option here will be transparent. Opaque is something that's not transparent. Ambiguous is something which is, conflicted, right? There are two sides to it. It's confusing, while murky is dark, dirty, unclear. Is that clear? Right? So pellucid, the correct option, being the synonym for it here, will be transparent. Remember, LUC, LUS as word roots means light, and therefore we also have illuminate, right? We also have luminaries coming from it. Next up, which word is the best antonym for inchoate? Inchoate industries. Antonym now, not synonym. And maybe just try if you can also eliminate the wrong options. Let's see. Quickly, guys. Best antonym for inchoate. So essentially, inchoate means something which is at its youngest form, in its nascent form, in its very fundamental level, right? Something new, something newly developing but not developed, which brings me to tell you that the correct option here will be option A only as the antonym for inchoate. So nascent is a synonym for inchoate. Incipient is also at beginner's level, novice, right? And rudimentary is the same as fundamental. So essentially nascent, incipient, rudimentary and inchoate are synonymous with each other. All right. Again, vocab is all about your predetermined hard work, right? The more questions, especially questions like these, MCQ based, objective types, without even, a context being given. If you're solving such questions, you'll be able to memorize the meaning of most of the words, the high frequency words especially. They have a greater likelihood of getting asked in the exam. Alright, take a look at the next question. Opposite of recondite. Let's see. Opposite of recondite. Quickly. And maybe through elimination you will be able to solve. Yes, Shruti, Shrestha. Any guesses? Any guesses? Abstruse. What do you mean by abstruse? It is something which is difficult to understand. So for example, I do not even know what recondite means, but maybe I can guess the meaning of other words. So abstruse is something which is difficult to understand. Arcane is also something that's difficult to understand, and so is esoteric, which is something that is understood by a select few. So it's important, in order to solve such questions successfully, it's important that of all these 5 words, which is this, you should know the meaning of at least 2 words. In that case, through elimination itself, you will be able to solve it correctly. Okay, so the correct option here will be obvious. Something which is difficult to understand, the opposite of it or the antonym of it will be obvious. Something which is just given there as facts, right? Alright, let's take a look at the next question. If you wish, you can just go through the solution also. I believe esoteric and recondite might be new terms for you. So if you want, you may write that down as well. Alright. Which word is the best antonym for somnolent? Again, word etymology always comes handy. Somnolent. If I have to break it, somno means sleep. Right? So I want Shruti and Shrestha to now guess the correct option here. Hi Ganesh. Ganesh is also there. So Ganesh says D, Shrestha says A. Why do I have conflicting option choices though? Anyway. Alright, so somnolent. Have you heard of the word insomniac? Somebody who has a sleep disorder wherein the person is not able to sleep, right? So somno is sleep, right? So somnolent is a word that might have something to do with sleeping or sleep, right? So if you just take a look at all of the options, drowsy can remotely come close to sleeping, right? So you have the state of inactivity, right? Fair enough? This is how you decode the meaning. Lethargic is also when you are in a state of inactivity. You're sort of feeling drowsy, sleepy, tired, right? And soporific, I know this might be a new word, but if you already know that lethargic and drowsy are related to sleepy, and somnolent here in itself implies sleepiness, then by default you know that the correct option will be A, alert, wherein you're not sleepy, you're alert, you're active. There's a state of activity going on. Soporific is also something to do with sleep only, right? So this again I believe was an easy question only. Try relying on elimination if you do not know the meaning of a word. Alright. Next up, correct spelling. This I believe might be a no-brainer, right? Take your time. Let me know the correct option choices. Yes, all of you. Ganesh, Shrishta, Shruti, try. Hi Amol. Amol, if you work hard, you know, then you shouldn't really worry about the level of difficulty. For the most part, I think the level of difficulty will be from easy to moderate. It won't be supremely difficult, unlike other law entrance examinations. But then again, let me tell you something very clearly, students. Whenever you have questions being asked on grammar and vocab, it's more difficult than solving reading comprehensions, you know, because grammar is nothing but a set of rules. You need to be very updated with every rule. Subject verb agreement is there. There's so many things, right? Modifiers, parallelism, tenses, pronouns, you know, objective case, nominative case, all of that is there. But if you're working hard and if you're just following the tips, tricks, all the sessions that we conduct online, right, you can definitely be able to solve it. Alright, so the correct option here, correct spelling here will be, just a second, for this one, Shruti, have you already responded? Yes, supersede. Alright, option B is the correct spelling, right? No brainer. Now for spellings again, in your books, in the courseware that we have provided you, we have a list of spelling words also. So go through it, solve multiple questions on it, right? So that is there. And next up for you is this question. Which spelling is correct? Amol, don't worry, we have also launched a crash course batch for 5-year MH-CET preparation, right? Everything is provided in the description. If you want more guidance on how to take care of English, since you're just explicitly telling us you're scared of English, just reach out to any of our EAs, right? Everything is provided in the description, right? Or just follow me here, learn whatever little you can, and I'm sure you'll be able to learn a lot of new words here, right? You never know, they might get asked, right? Alright guys, which spelling is correct here? Ganesh says B, Shrestha says A. Accommodate, the correct spelling is option A. Always remember, accommodate. There are words that contain a lot of double D's, double M's. Commitment, committee, address. Make sure you get the spellings right. It's very easy to know the meaning of some words. It's very easy to pronounce those words. But when it comes to spelling, this might be slightly problematic because not everyone is in the habit of writing. Because if you write on a daily basis, you're also paying attention to the spellings, right? It gets rectified automatically. Alright guys, now the next question, and might be a new word but a fancy word. You should know the meaning of the word. Which of the following is the correct spelling of flabbergasted? I was flabbergasted to see my best friend show up for me. For example, this is a hypothetical situation. Flabbergasted. So what do you think is the correct spelling? Try. And I'm sure you might have come across the word. right? The more you expose yourself to reading, the more clear a lot of words become to you. Okay, so some say A. Fair enough, guys. The correct spelling of flabbergasted is option A. Flabbergasted means to be extremely shocked and surprised. A bonus from me, an idiom to convey shock and surprise will be a bolt from the blue. A bolt from the blue. For example, the resignation of the CEO was like a bolt from the blue, to refer to something that is rather surprising and shocking. Alright? So if you want, you can write that down. Amol, check. I've just given you a new idiom to learn as well. Alright guys, next up. Which word is the odd one out? Now these are some of the words, students, that I will teach everybody preparing for any competitive exam. This definitely comes under the list of high frequency words that very often you will find written in a lot of articles, write-ups, given in the form of a lot of questions also. So at this point, I will expect you to solve this question correctly, okay? And also know the meaning of the words. And you know what I can do is, in the meanwhile, I can give you more synonyms for these words. How about that, right? Very helpful. Alright guys, quickly let me know Shrishta, Ganesh, Shruti. Which word is the odd one out? Kanav is also there. Hi Kanav. Guys, do hit a like if you're liking the session, if you're finding it helpful. Which word is the odd one out? So Kanav says D, Shruti says D. Let's check. Are you sure, guys? So ephemeral, by the way, is something that is short-lived, that is temporary in nature. Ephemeral bliss is short-lived bliss, right? And fleeting moments of joy, right? Again, very temporary, short-lived moments of joy. Transient is another synonym for ephemeral. So what I mean to say is that fleeting, transient and ephemeral mean the same thing. This entire thing is actually referred to as word clusters. Word clusters always rely on them. Essentially words that sound different, are spelled differently but mean the same, can be clubbed under one category, right? So to describe something as temporary, you can definitely use any of these three words, which is ephemeral, transient, fleeting. So what is the odd one out, guys? By default, it has to be perpetual, something which is long lasting, something which is always continuing, something that ensures continuity. I'll give you another word now for ephemeral, which is evanescent. Evanescent. Bonus again from me. Take it. Evanescent. Short-lived, disappearing, temporary. Evanescent. Right? Evanescent. Alright? So this will come handy. You never know, this might get asked. Alright, shall I proceed, guys? Quickly give me a yes, a go ahead, so that I know that all of you are alert and active. Grab a bottle of water with you, because we have some more exciting questions coming up, not just for my sections but for other sections also, right? Quickly, guys, give me a yes. Shall I proceed on to the next question? Yes, Shruti is there, active and alert. Very good. Alright. Alright. Take your time. Take maybe a minute, 1.5 minutes to solve this, and then we'll discuss. Type in the correct option as well. Yes, let me know the correct option for this. I feel this can be termed an easy question only. Nothing fancy, the words are very easy, the ones given in the option. It's easy to understand the context also, right? Kanav has given me a response, and I think Shrishta has as well, and so has Shruti, which is option A, and that's absolutely correct. Take a look here. He refused to dash the blame for something he didn't do. So the best word here will be accept, right? So D is out, B is out. We are left with A and C, right? In the first blank, it definitely has to be accept, right? Take a look at the next one. Everyone was present at the meeting. Dash James, who was on leave. Obviously, the clear choice here will be accept. Rekha is also there. Hi, Rekha. Right? So it will be accept. Therefore, the correct option will be option A. This can be solved in under 10 to 15 seconds. I'm just giving you a timeline for questions that I believe are easy, and it helps you save time to solve the other questions that might be a little lengthy, right, or difficult to solve. Okay. Now we are going to take a look at the next question. This is something that I believe students, you should know the meaning of, especially if you have attended legal aptitude sessions, right? These terms are used quite often in those contexts, right? Type the correct option choice. Within a minute solve this and let me know. I know, Shrestha, it was easy peasy, right? Solve this one also, Shrestha. All of you can solve this correctly. Waiting for responses from everyone. Alright, I think I have a response now. Shruti says A, Kanav says A again. Alright, I have, and Shrestha also says A. So the lawyer presented a strong case, but the evidence seemed to dash his argument. Right? Now we have about different words here. They pretty much look the same but have different meanings. One word that I definitely know will not come in the first blank is contrast. That's not the appropriate usage of contrast here. The lawyer presented a strong case, but the evidence seemed to contradict his argument. Contradiction here is an exact disagreement or an exact opposition to his arguments. So this definitely has to be contradict. And if you've been able to figure out the correct option for this, you need not even take a look at the second blank. But don't do this in the exam. Make sure you cross-verify and take a look at the second sentence also. The new environmental law is expected to dash several existing regulations. Right? Now, the correct option here will be contravene. Fairly easy question. Alright? Indirect contravention of something. Next we have is figures of speech. Let me know. Take your time. Understand, let me tell you something. Figures of speech is not just strictly limited to the easy ones. Something that we have not just learned in school, something everybody comes to know at some point, which is personification, which is metaphor, it's simile, it's oxymoron. I'll give you fancier ones. If you haven't, you can just attend our sessions anyway to know more about figures of speech. We have synecdoche, we have metonymy, we have chiasmus, we have a palindrome, we have anaphora, epiphora, right? Irony is there, paradox is there, epigram is there, zeugma is there, antithesis is there. There's so much on the figures of speech that might be asked, So make sure you're thoroughly prepared for figures of speech. It will not always be centering around basic metaphor simile. So the city sleeps under a blanket of stars. Yes, correct option here will be, I think Shrestha says B. Shrestha, are you saying it's a metaphor? What is a metaphor, students? Metaphor is when you're comparing two different objects. If I say the world is a stage, you're comparing the world to a stage, right? And a simile is also comparison between two different objects. So ma'am, what's the difference between a metaphor and a simile? The difference is that a simile will use like or as, and any other statement without like and as that draws comparison between two different things will be a metaphor. So that's the line of differentiation between the two, right? So guys, tell me one thing, what is a personification? Personification is when you're giving a human-like attribute to a non-human or inanimate thing. If I say the sun is smiling at me, smiling as a function is performed by humans in all likelihood, right? But now you're attributing the same to sun that's non-human, that's inanimate. So this then becomes a case of personification. Have you gotten the cue now? Can you now solve this? Who is sleeping under a blanket of stars? You would expect an animal to sleep, you would expect a human to sleep, but now you're expecting the city to sleep. So this very good, Kanav I think has given the right option. This becomes personification, right? The city sleeps under a blanket of stars. What is a hyperbole? Hyperbole is an exaggerated statement. I'll give you an option, right? You take some 1,000 years to respond to my emails. So it's not like, literally the person is taking 1,000 years. That's not possible. All it means is that that person takes so long to respond to my emails, right? So this is an exaggeration to give some emphasis on something. So that is hyperbole. Simile I've already mentioned. So is the case with metaphor. The correct option therefore will be the personification, right? If you want, I'm going to give you maybe 1.5 minutes. Go through these options. Go through the solution. Get your definition corrected, and it may help you in the long run, right? If you want, you can take a picture of this, you can write this down. And if you want more insights, again, like I said, we have started with the crash batches. You can join it by clicking on the description. And if you want more insights and inputs, any guidance on exam preparation, you can get in touch with any of our EAs. Description will provide you with everything here. All right, next one here, take your time. Just try, and maybe then I can start giving you definitions of the options, and then you let me know what the correct option will be, okay? All of you, Shruti, Shrishta, Kanav, Ganesh, Rekha is also there. Do try. Tell me the correct option. So let me just give you a small cue. You're comparing words to a double-edged sword. You're comparing words to a double-edged sword. Comparing two different things without using a like or an as. What's the correct option now? Yes, Shruti, Shrishta, quickly guys. You can very well solve this. Kanav, Ganesh. So the correct option here will be metaphor, right? You're comparing swords to a double-edged sword, right? Why it is not alliteration is because alliteration is when all the words begin with the same initials. She sells seashells on the seashore. That's an example of alliteration, right? That's an example of alliteration. Very good, Shruti and Shrestha, right? What is an oxymoron? And I really wish to define it for you here. Oxymoron is, you can register this meaning right now, when you use two contradictory words or terms next to each other to create some impact, to create a very floral impact. And I'll give you a very good example of an oxymoronic expression. If I say the deafening silence, how can silence be that loud to the extent where it becomes deafening? Don't you think these are two exact opposite words, right? But you're bringing them together in one expression to create a very floral, profound impact. This is an oxymoron. If I say a bright night or a dark day, the dark sun, two opposites juxtaposed, right? So this is an oxymoron, and synecdoche is also important. For how many of you synecdoche is a new figure of speech? Could you just let me know that you're hearing of synecdoche and oxymoron for the first time? So synecdoche is when a small part of something is used to refer to the whole, right? So if I say this laptop will cost 50 rupees per head. So when I say per head, I'm not literally referring to a head, which is a part of a human body, but that head refers to the entire person, so per person. So you see what a synecdoche is. When a small part of something is used to refer to the whole. A four-wheeler is essentially a car or a truck that has four wheels. So small part of something is used to refer to the whole. So that's a synecdoche. Alright? I hope I'm clear. Quickly guys, please let me know so I can proceed with the next question. Type in the comment box here. I hope all of you are able to understand the questions, the depth of the explanations. Quickly, give me a go ahead. Shruti, Kanav, Shrishta, Ganesh, Rekha. Alright. Now, parajumbles, a very leisurely activity, a fun exercise on days when you haven't really decided on studying anything. Solve parajumbles. It's really great, right? And this one I feel is on the easier side only. So quickly give me the correct option. Rearrange the sentences. Look for the perfect opening statement. Look for the perfect closing statement or the conclusion. Look for mandatory pairs. Mandatory pairs are sentences that have to come in a certain order together. And the beauty of finding a mandatory pair is that you can check for the mandatory pair in the options. Options that do not contain the mandatory pair, you can very easily eliminate the options. Quickly, rearrange this. And you know why this is easy is because this is essentially one sentence only. If I have to increase the level of difficulty for parajumbles, I can just take up any passage which consists of multiple sentences, break down the passage, jumble it up for you and then give it to you. That's in fact something that's more difficult than this. Okay, I think I have my options. We have two different options. Some say A, some say C. Alright, so understand guys, we do not begin with statement 2. It does not seem like a good opening statement. And definitely you do not begin with statement 4, right? But that is obviously not given in the option. But you definitely can't begin with 2. He continued working because, you know, just take a look at the options only. Read it. Does it really make sense if you choose 2, 3, 1, 4? He continued working until the project was completed, although he was exhausted and his energy was drained. A better way will be, although he was exhausted, right, and his energy was drained, he continued working until the project was completed. My suggestion is always use despite, in spite of, although, however, but in the beginning. That's the proper usage for me. That's the proper sequence. This will never land you in cold water then. Okay. So correct option is option A. You can just go through the solution once. Get more insights from it. Alright, next up here. Again, try, give your best, look for the perfect opening statement here. Or sometimes, if you feel it's a question as brief as this, why didn't you take the help of the options? Ultimately, what we are looking for is to be able to solve the question correctly and get the score, whichever way you want to utilize to get the score, right? So, take the help of the options. I'm trying to help you here only, giving you a cue, giving you hints, right? An aptitude exam isn't just about your knowledge, it's also about how smartly you can act in those 2 hours or whatever the time duration of the exam is, right? Ashu, no, for CLAT we will have more sessions coming up in the future, and previously also for CLAT we have had marathon sessions, right? So if you're targeting CLAT 2026, Ashu, you can definitely get in touch with us. Everything is provided in the description. We have the QR as well. We're present on every social media platform, so that's there. So Kanav, be sure. Kanav, I think Kanav is vacillating between two options. But yes, Ashu, this can be helpful for CLAT also. 𝐴𝐿IT, the one-liner questions. Sometimes 𝐴𝐿IT has a tendency to ask it. Alright. So Kanav says D. Alright. Kanav, are you sure? Others? Shruti, Shrishta, Rekha. Tell me one thing. Shrishta, I think, has given the correct option. You remember me discussing something about mandatory pair? So I'll tell you something here. In this particular question, will face severe consequences without exception. 1 and 4 have to come together in that order. Right? 1 and 4 have to come together in that order. There is no other way around this combination, this pair, mandatory pair. So can you look for the options that do not contain 1 and 4? That's this, right? Now between C and D, which one is a better choice? Read it here. Anyone who violates the law as per the new regulations will face severe consequences without exception, right? And if you read D, as per the new regulations, anyone who violates the law will face severe consequences without exception. The correct option here will be C, right? Correct option here will be C. This is a much better opening statement here. And for parajumbles also, if you ask me, ma'am, how do I determine what is a good opening statement, what is a good conclusion? It depends on how much you've read. It depends on how much you read. Because the more you read, the better the grasp of sentence construction you get. Right? So, Kanav, you were correct earlier. Yes, definitely, Kanav. Definitely helpful. Definitely. Alright, now we have a slightly more difficult question. Now you do not have a sentence broken down into parts. You have a passage broken down into parts. Take 2 minutes, and if any parajumble question takes you beyond 2.5 minutes to solve, skip it. Take it for a red flag, you can mark it for review and come back and solve it later. Alright, try this one, guys. Again, my tip for you is the best conclusion if you can find, the best opening statement if you can find. Try, guys. At least can you tell me what is the best opening statement? An opening statement is an introductory statement, a statement that gives you a general introduction about something. So can you just mark the opening statement here? If you have that thing, it will be easy. So it will be 2, which is artificial intelligence has revolutionized various industries, right? So options that do not contain 2 as the opening statement, you can eliminate them. So option B is out, option D is out, right? And now read later. Artificial intelligence has revolutionized various industries, right? Then while AI continues to evolve, it is crucial to establish regulations to ensure responsible usage. Its ability to process vast amounts of data in real time has significantly improved predictive analytics and automation. Don't you think 2 and 4 will come in a combination right after each other? Don't you think 2 and 4 is a mandatory pair? By the way, you never begin a sentence with statement 1. You do not begin a sentence with howevers and buts, because however and buts are used to express contrasting facts or surprising facts. So you don't do it right in the beginning. Alright, the correct option here will be, guys, 2, 4, 1, 3. I told you 2 and 4 is a mandatory pair. No other option. I had already eliminated option B, but obviously because 2 is the introductory statement, this is a correct option. Look for the mandatory pair. It's one of the most efficient ways to solve parajumble questions effectively. Alright. Now, come on. We have some grammar based questions. Definitely, this point you should know. No sooner had the CEO announced the merger when the stock prices began to fluctuate wildly. I'll give you a couple of insights into this category of a statement. So there are two ways you can use this. Hardly had the CEO announced the merger when the stock prices began to fluctuate wildly. It is only with hardly than you use a when, okay? So hardly is always followed by a when, while no sooner is followed by a than. And therefore the correct option will be no sooner had the CEO announced the merger than the stock prices began to fluctuate, okay? I'm just writing it here for you. So correct option will be, so where is the problem? Problem is in option B. Okay, this is a very important rule. Hardly had he seen me when he came to me. No sooner did he see me than he came to me. Okay. Next question, this one. Can you just identify the error? I'll give you a minute only to solve this one. Quickly, Shrishta, Shruti, Kanav. Understand there are two types of nouns. One is a countable noun, the other one is uncountable nouns or non-count nouns, right? So for countable nouns, you always use few, and for uncountable nouns, you use less. You don't say give me few sugar or few coffee. It's always less sugar, less coffee, right? How many times have you found yourselves ordering a coffee and literally saying, you know, few sugar? So understand that the error here is in part A. The fewer people you involve in this matter, the better it will be for everyone. That's the sentence rectified now. Okay. So I have given you the solution for this one. Okay. Pretty much the same thing that I iterated. So the fewer people you involve in this matter, fewer is used for countable and less is used for uncountable. Alright, we also have a reading comprehension question. I'm going to give you 2.5 minutes. I'm going to give you 2.5 minutes to read the passage. It's a very short passage. 2.5 minutes to read the passage. It talks about time travel. What is time travel? What is an important condition of time travel? How it happens? All of this is given in the first paragraph. And what is the new development in the field of time travel, especially in respect of fiction movies, fiction books, fiction programs, right? That is elaborated on in the second paragraph here. Yes, done reading? Yes, guys, done? Done reading? Quickly give me a go ahead so I can present the questions to you. Shrishta, Kanav, Shruti, Rekha. Do not be stuck on the technicalities of the passage. Alright, the first question. According to David Lewis' definition, which of the following best describes a necessary condition for time travel? First thing you want to do is, even if you do not retain much of the information, eliminate the options that you absolutely feel are not correct. Absolutely feel that you did not read it. So what is a necessary condition? Shrishta, can you answer? The answer there lies in the first paragraph, which talked about the necessary condition of time travel when it happens, and an example was also given on the same. No, Shrishta, the correct option will be B. The time elapsed in the surrounding world must not equal the duration of the journey as experienced by the traveler. I'll take you back to the passage. Read this part. If and only if the difference between its departure and arrival times as measured does not equal the duration of the journey undergone by the object. So this is the information using which you arrive at option B. Are you sure this is exactly what is given? The time taken by the object on its own clock must always be greater than the time measured externally. Option A is very vague and you can very easily eliminate C and D. Next question. How did time travel stories evolve from H.G. Wells' era to modern science fiction? Yes. Yes, correct option for this. How did time travel stories evolve from H.G. Wells' era to modern science fiction? Correct option will be option A. I think Shrishta answered. Very good. Right? And this question, which of the following quantum phenomena has contributed to modern time travel narratives? This is given in the last line of the passage. Last line of the passage, if you remember, in brackets. That's how I remember it. Can you tell me which of the following quantum phenomena has contributed to modern time travel narratives? Shrishta, Kanav, Shruti. Yes, it's the Casimir effect. This was given in the last part, right? If you remember. Alright. This one now. Foreign words, some legal words, phrases and terms. Alright. Tell me guys, the judge dismissed the case on the grounds of dash, stating that the matter had already been resolved in a previous trial. I think I have a response. Shrishta is correct. Very good, Shrishta. So per se means in itself, which does not fit the blank here. Right? Quid pro quo means something for something, an exchange, a barter system. So quid pro quo again will not fit the bill here. Right? I'll give you an example to explain what quid pro quo means. The government entered into an agreement with the company wherein the government will provide food for exchange of money from the company. Quid pro quo agreement, that is an agreement. Alright, then you have deja vu, which is a feeling that you've already experienced something before. Right, so do you really think deja vu will come here? No. So the option that you're left with is res judicata, which means a case that's already decided. So when a judgment on a particular case is already given, you cannot relitigate the case. You cannot raise a new claim. This is essentially what the concept of res judicata implies. So the correct option here will be option D. Read the solution to know more about all the words and details. Yes, the judge dismissed the case. This is done, this one now. The diplomat's remarks were carefully crafted to maintain dash, ensuring that neither party felt slighted in the tense negotiations. Some very good options. Mea culpa means my blame, it is my fault. Culpa is blame. Tabula rasa means a clean slate. Right? And status quo means the existing state of affairs. The existing state of affairs. Alright? Status quo means existing state of affairs. So the diplomat's remarks were carefully crafted to maintain the status quo. That's the correct option here, option B. Realpolitik is to determine and found policies, but not on moral considerations, on practical cases, right? So realpolitik, by the way, is a German word, right? And you can also watch a couple of videos that are uploaded on the channel about foreign words. So that will be very helpful, right? So you have in total about 20 words that are already up there. Okay, so the correct option is status quo. Alright, now we begin with logical reasoning, which is again a very important aspect of the exam. The first question here, which of the following is an assumption in the argument? I would like all of you to respond to this particular question. Yes, Shrestha, Shruti, Kanav. Introducing financial literacy courses in schools will help students make better economic decisions in adulthood. Which of the following is an assumption in the argument? Yes, I think Shrestha has responded. Very good, Shrestha. Very good. So good option she has chosen, right? Which of the following is an assumption in the argument? Now listen to me. Introducing financial literacy will help students make better economic decisions in adulthood. If you know the technical definition of assumption, it is that which bridges the gap between the premise and the conclusion, right? Let's now go through the options here. Students are interested in learning financial concepts. Is this implicit? Not necessarily. Even if students are not interested in learning, but it's a general statement that we are making. It's an observation that we are stating, right? So this need not be the correct assumption. B says financial literacy has a lasting impact on decision making. Now this is where I would want to explain it. Negate this option B. What if I say financial literacy does not have a lasting impact on decision making? Then why will you come up with this statement in the first place? I'm solving this through assumption negotiation technique, right? If you're saying that financial literacy cannot have a lasting impact on decision making, why will you still say that introducing these courses will help students make better decisions in the long run, right? And therefore B is the necessary assumption that you have to make. Most adults struggle with economic decisions. It's just not important at all. We have no information also. You can't just randomly assume things. Keep that in mind as well. Schools lack financial literacy courses at present. Not necessarily. Again, it's just a statement made in a vacuum. Alright. So the correct option here will be option B. Next one. So this might be slightly tricky. This is something you can solve through syllogisms if you wish, or you can just read it and logically do your deductions and then arrive at the correct option. All professional athletes follow a strict training regimen, right? But that's not the same as saying that those who follow a strict training regimen have to be professional athletes, right? Just focus on this. All professional athletes follow a strict training regimen, but it's not the same as saying that strict training regimen, people who follow it, they are professional athletes. So we automatically know that option A is something which logically does not follow, right? If I put professional athletes here and them following strict training regimen, does this necessarily tell you that all those who follow strict training regimen are professional athletes? Absolutely no. I think Shrestha has already given me a response. Let's see. Shrestha, let's see. So we know that A is out. No amateur athlete follow. Alright. So we also have statement 2. Some individuals who follow a strict training regimen do not compete professionally. Alright. I have the next premise as well. Right. Look at option B. No amateur athlete follows a strict training regimen. This is too extreme a conclusion to infer. So option B is out. Now between C and D, some people who follow a strict training regimen are not professional athletes, right? Alright. And D says all professional athletes train, but not all who train are professional athletes. Now I have a question for you, especially because Shrestha has given a response. Hi Abhinav. Abhinav has also given a response. Abhinav and Shrestha, between C and D, which is that option that is much more correct and better? Which is better? Between C and D. All professional athletes train, which is definitely true if you go by the first two premises, but not all who train are professional athletes. Isn't this the same thing that I've drawn here? Take a look at this Venn diagrammatic representation. Strict training regime. So it's true that all professional athletes train, but not all who train are professional athletes, and therefore the correct option here will be option D. Alright? Next question. I'm going to give you just 1 minute to solve this. Abhinav, D is correct. You have to choose D. Sometimes see, you will have two options that will be seemingly close, but you have to choose something which is much more conclusive. Alright, what is the appropriate course of action? A fairly easy question. A significant rise in cyber fraud cases has been reported in recent years, right? Ban online financial transactions to prevent fraud. This is a very extreme course of action, right? Increase digital awareness programs and enhance cyber security measures. Definitely, the correct option here will be B. Penalize victims of cyber fraud for negligence. Don't you think it's a little far-fetched for us to choose this as a course of action? So C is out. Encourage more people to use digital payments despite. Why will you choose this as a course of action? And therefore the correct course of action is option B. Very good. Next up, cause effect. Quickly, 1 minute and we'll solve. The last few questions on the logical reasoning, and then Siddhant sir will take the lead for legal aptitude. Make sure you're still there, right, and gain more insights into it. It again forms a very important aspect of your exam. Alright Abhinav, would you like to answer? Shrestha, would you like to answer? The government recently made primary education free for all children. Right? And the literacy rate has shown significant improvement over the last 5 years. Why? If I put a why here, the cause will be statement 1. So can I say the correct option is A? Statement 1 is the cause, statement 2 is the effect. Right? Because of the government making primary education free for all children, which thereby is leading to a significant improvement over the last 5 years. A very simple causal relationship between the two. Alright? Next question we have is assertion reason, something I'm sure you have encountered in your board exams for CBSE especially, right? This one now. Remote work increases employees' productivity. Employees have fewer distractions and greater flexibility in a remote work setup. Automatically you can solve this, all of you. Abhinav, Shrishta, quickly. Another 15 seconds. Yes. Shrishta. The correct option. If you're trying to assert that remote work increases employee productivity, don't you think it's true when you're able to show that employees have fewer distractions and greater flexibility in remote work setups? Very good, Ritisha. Very good, Ritisha. Thank you for joining. Very good. Correct option will be A. Yes, guys, this was an easy question. It is something that should not take you more than 1 to 1.5 minutes to solve. Take more mocks, take more test series, and solve more tests to be able to solve such questions in the scheduled amount of time. Next up, how will you classify this statement? Is it a fact? Is it an opinion, a judgment, or an inference? A fact is something which you can 100% verify. A fact most likely is a statement that will quote a lot of figures, stats, numbers. An opinion is a statement which will contain a lot of adjectives when you're trying to express your sense about something, express your views about something, right? So quickly, this is a 15-second question. I've also given you the explanation. Over the past 5 years, there has been a 40% increase. 40% increase. This is a statistical figure that I'm quoting. So don't you think I can verify the accuracy of this? Definitely. If I can get it verified, this is a fact, and therefore the correct option here will be option A. Very good, Abhinav and Ritisha. Right? Then we have another very good question on syllogs. Quickly solve this. Quickly, I'm going to give you maybe 1 minute. Grab a notebook, grab a pen, start drawing Venn diagrams for this. Please do. And you need to pick your pen for this. A lot of students I have found, they just simply look at the statements, they try to visualize it and immediately tell the options. For the most part, they might be correct, but for the exam and from that perspective, you cannot take risks, okay? Alright, let me draw this here for you. All musicians are artists, right? Some artists are painters. Right, so this is a Venn diagrammatic representation. Which of the following conclusions logically follow? Always remember my rule. In order for a conclusion to be valid, it has to be valid or it has to follow from every combination. So this is the first combination, this is the second combination. Some musicians are painters. It's true for this, but not true for this. So A is out. All painters are musicians. It's true for this, but not true for this. So B is also out. Some artists are musicians is definitely correct for both the combinations. Very good, Nitisha. Absolutely correct option. So, and the correct option will be C, which I have just arrived at as well. Right? Is it clear? So, this is how you're supposed to solve Venn diagram based questions. Alright? And last one for the day is quickly channelize all your energy in answering this question now, right? Statement, argument 1, argument 2. Which is the strong argument here? Another 1 minute. I would want Ritisha, Nitisha, Shrishta, Abhinav, Kanav, quickly. For this question, what are you going to choose? Always remember, a weak argument is a very vague argument. I think Ritisha has responded and Shrishta has also. Should college education be made entirely free? The first one, yes, it will provide equal opportunities for students from all economic backgrounds, which is a very valid and fair reason to have this done. But when you take a look at argument 2, no, students will not value education if they do not pay for it. Understand that for the most part, strong and weak arguments are very much related to decision making. You would never want to forward an argument so vague as the second one here, that people will stop valuing education if you do not pay for it, because it doesn't happen like that, right? So the correct option here will be that only argument 1 is strong. And with that, we come to the end of English language and logical reasoning. Do not leave the session, sir, just yet. Siddhant sir will be there to take the lead, right? Happy learning. Let me know if you found this helpful. And of course, you can just look for all details in the description box below. Thank you so much, all of you.
YouTube channel of 𝐤𝐶 CET Law, guys, or as you guys have been following up this marathon session, and thank you so much for joining us live right now. So this is explicitly once again for all the students preparing for CET exam, which is scheduled in the next month. So let's start with this. So it's a simple way of taking, guys. I'll be showing up the questions over here. You'll be putting up the answers. If you have any question related to the answers, then put it up in the live chat right now, and then I'll answer it. Okay, chalo. Let's have everyone right now over here give me a thumbs up that you guys are able to hear me properly, see me properly. Come on, give me a thumbs up, guys, and then I'll take you guys over to the questions. Come on, can I have a thumbs up from all the students? Everyone, are you guys here able to see me properly, hear me properly? Please give me a confirmation. Hi Abhinav, hello. Yes, thank you for the confirmation. Hi Ritisha, good afternoon. Okay, so let's begin this, guys, and we'll exactly take it like a marathon. So please stay on your toes, guys. Don't keep it like, yeah, I missed that question. You'll get a very limited time. Let's boost this up. Chalo. So here's the first question on screen. The principle is on the screen. Everyone, please check it out fast. First question on screen. Everyone. Put your answers, guys, fast. So the principle is on vicarious liability for the wrongful acts of the employee committed in the course of employment. It's a very basic one. Vicarious liability. Come on, can we have answers from all the students? Do it fast. Okay, we have 2 answers as option B. Very good. Okay. Very good, Ritisha, Abhinav. Shriyashta is having answer A because Ramesh was on duty at the time and his actions occurred while delivering packages. So if I talk about these given facts, guys, the facts nowhere mention that Ramesh was actually in the course of employment. The facts is silent, Shriyashta. The fact is silent. It says Ramesh, a delivery driver, got into a road rage altercation while making deliveries. Enraged, he stepped out of his vehicle and punched the driver on another car. So he entered into a road rage altercations. You need to understand. So over here, I think the correct answer has to be option B, because he was assaulting another person and it nowhere within the scope of Ramesh's job duties. Got it? So the correct answer has to be option B rather than A. Even though he was on duty, but still the action, what had happened, entered in its personal capacity. Clear, everyone? Yes. So the answer has to be option B, not A. Very good, Abhinav. Ritisha, Shriyashta, is it clear? Chalo. Moving on to question number 2. It's on the screen. It's talking about doctrine of VNFI. Come on, everyone. Put your answer for question number 2 in the live chat right now. Okay, one answer we have option B. Very good, Ritisha. Very good, Shriyashta. Come on, others. Please put your answers. Perfect. As we can see from this facts that since it's about the volenti non-fit injuria, right? Yeah, volenti non-fit injuria. Very good, Nitisha. That if the person have voluntarily consented to the risk, cannot later claim damages for any harm suffered. So in the given facts, it has clearly established that the organizers failed to properly secure the landing lamp, causing Rahul to crash. So it's a fault being done by the organizer. So he has consented for anything which could be an ordinary risk, but not for the consent for the negligence by the organizer. So correct answer has to be option B. Very good, guys. Let's have question 3 on screen. Come on, everyone, put your answers in the chat box. So this is about defamation. Very good. So defamation, a known concept. There has to have a truth or a fair comment can be taken up as a defense. Fair comment, an opinion based on facts without malice about a matter of public concern. So what has happened? Aisha, food critic, published a review calling Spice Symphony, a famous restaurant, a health hazard with a cockroach infested kitchen and expired ingredients. The restaurant sued for defamation, claiming that statements were false, harmed their reputation. So can Aisha successfully use fair comment as a defense? So she has clearly stated, very good, Abhinav, option B seems to be correct. Very good, Nitisha, Shriyashta, well done, well done. So I think B should be the correct answer, because saying something like this, a food critic that a health hazard, cockroach infested or cockroach infected or infested kitchen It lacked verified evidences making them defamatory. Very good. Next question 4 on screen. Come on guys, speed up. So now the question over here is on the principle damnum sine injuria. Damages hai, financial loss hai, inconvenience, but without there is a violation of legal right is not actionable. Very basic principle. Yes? Come on guys, buckle up, speed up guys, come on. Go to the facts, put your answers. So very basic example, a new shopping mall, urban trends open near Ramesh's decades old textile shop. But if you already have a textile shop and besides that if mall or anything comes up and you have a financial loss, why there will be any legal right violation? No. If I start up my own classes and if there is any loss to any institute, then there is no loss regarding this. So what we say over here, the answer over here has to be again option B. Very good. I can see Abhinav have put option B as the answers. Others, please confirm whether you guys go with B or any other option. Please confirm guys in the chat box. And yahan tak session is going on. What track guys? Come on, put a like button to our video right now. Come on guys, please put it up over here. How is this session going on? Are you guys liking this session? Come on, give me a yes in the chat box. Let's speed up. Go to the next question. Come on. Principle. According to Indian contract law, offer can be revoked before acceptance. Important. Come on. Go through the question. Mark your answers. Thank you, Abhinav, Nitisha. Thank you. Okay, so what it says that once acceptance is communicated, the offer becomes binding. So I give you an offer, you accept it, khatam, and cannot be revoked. If revocation is not communicated before acceptance, it is ineffective. So before acceptance, you need to communicate about that you don't want to make an offer now. So then only it could be. So I can see few students have given A as the answer for this question. Okay. Question number 5th. So what it says, Ankit offered to sell his old car to B, A to B, 3 lakh via email. Bhavya receives the email at 10 but does not immediately respond. 11 am, Ankit posts a letter revoking the offer. At 1 pm, Bhavya emails Ankit accepting the offer. Ankit claims he revoked the offer before Bhavya accepted it, while Bhavya insists the revocation was invalid. Is it so? Because he made an offer, the acceptance was done through email. Now the letter of revocation was posted and nowhere it says that revocation is being communicated before acceptance. Has it been there? Nahi. Because Ankit posts a letter revoking the offer. At 1 pm, Bhavya emails Ankit accepting. So the revocation of letter is in the facts but not communicated to Bhavya. Right. So Ankit, revocation is valid because he sent letter before Bhavya. No, it's not sending of the letter. Absolutely wrong. It says if revocation is not communicated before acceptance, it is ineffective. So the communication of revocation is important. What does the concept communication means over here? That it should be coming to your knowledge, right? Yes or no? If let for an instance, we have planned a marathon session, it's going on, and in between I just sent a letter to all of you that marathon session has ended. Is it a communication done to you people? No, because it's just in a letter. But if I'll say it over here, then it is communicated because it's been heard by you people, right? So the correct answer has to be B. Bhavya acceptance is valid because revocation has not reached her when she accepted the offer. Correct answer has to be option B. You guys got it wrong. Galat kiya. Come on. Don't do it this way. Nitisha, Shrestha, Abhinav. Got it? Perfect. Chalo. Next question on screen. Come on guys, speed up. We are way behind the schedule. Come on, let's push it up. Acceptance of offer must be communicated, but in certain cases acceptance can be inferred from conduct also. If the offeree performs the requested action, if I gave you an offer and you conduct it, then that means you nod your head up, down, left, right. Automatically that conduct defines ki yes, because you have done it as per my instructions. Come on, here's the question. It's a very basic question. Come on, answers everyone. So the fact says that the offer was made by Aditi to deliver these many chairs, but the contract states that if Ramesh does not object within 7 days, he will be considered to have accepted it. So Ramesh remains silent, but still what he did, he delivered 50 chairs, and for remaining what he's saying, that arguing that he never formally accepted the contract. What is the legal position? So over here, Ramesh is bound as delivering the chairs constitutes acceptance by conduct, because it has explicitly mentioned over here. Follow the principle with the given facts. Break the facts properly. So correct answer has to be option B. Very good guys. Now I can see the correct answer by every student. That's the spirit, my boys. Chalo. Next question, number 7 on screen. Now this is a contract induced by misrepresentation of fraud is voidable at the option of the party misled. It's a very basic principle. So it says a false statement that materially influences the decision to a contract. So materially influence means here the car dealer knew कि accident हुआ है, but still what he did, that he says that the accident, he just hid that fact. So Neha buy the car based on this assurance. It says based on this assurance. So it is materially influencing it. So what should be the correct answer? Okay, I can see A option. Okay. Now it is putting up the responsibility of Neha that she should have checked the car. This is nowhere being mentioned. Due diligence ka point is there in misrepresentation, but over here it's not been given. Okay, come on others. Yes, come on guys, speed up. Put your answers in the chat box. Everyone. Very good, Nitisha. So the correct answer is option A. She can rescind the contract because it materially influences the decision, and it was wrong. Next question. Now it is relying on a principle, silence does not amount to acceptance. A contract is formed only when acceptance is explicitly communicated to the offerer. So silence is no acceptance as per this. Come on. Very good, Ghanshyam, very good. Others also put your answers in the chat box fast. I can see a lot many students watching right now. That's great. Come on everyone. So what Aryan has written to his friend that if I don't hear from you by tomorrow, I'll assume you have accepted it. Mehul does not respond to the letter. But idhar pe a contract is formed only when it is explicitly communicated. Silence is no acceptance over here. But in other cases it might be acceptance when we see acceptance as a generic concept. But over here it's not generic. We need to rely within the given principle only. इतने में ही ध्यान देना है. So correct answer क्या होगा? 8th का silence does not amount to acceptance and no contract was formed. Absolutely correct. Very good, Abhinav, Nitisha, Ghanshyam, very good. Come on, Sriyashta, Ritisha, where are you guys? Come on, put your answers. Akansha, put your answer. Okay, next question on screen. Come on guys, we are not even halfway till now. Let's speed up. 1 minute, one question, that's it. Put your answers for this question. It's the doctrine of basic structure. What is the basic structure? Who will tell me? What is the doctrine of basic structure? It directly relates with what? Can I have answers by everyone in the chat box? किसको बोलते हैं basic structure of the constitution? One answer we got as option B, okay? Very good, Ritisha. Very good. Others? Can I have answer? What is the basic structure of the constitution? What is that term? Can I get the answer from all the students live right now? So Parliament by 2/3 majority amends the constitution to remove the power of judicial review from the Supreme Court and High Court concerning constitutional amendments. This amendment is challenged before Supreme Court on the ground that it violates the basic structure of the constitution. Basic structure means the preamble. No Sriyashta, fundamental rights nahi hai basic structure mein. Basic structure means the preamble, the soul of constitution. Got it? So there we say that we the people of this nation solemnly, democratically given to ourselves, right? Sovereign, secular. So these all things are there in the constitution. So the answer whether this is being challenged, is it valid? No, because judicial review is a part of the basic structure and parliament cannot amend it even by 2/3 majority. The correct answer is option B. Okay, उसको कभी भी as a generic knowledge also basic structure को we cannot touch, we can just interpret it and it is at the discretion of the Supreme Court. चलो next on the screen. Now this is given on DPSPs under part 4 of the constitution, directive principles. So if a law seeks to implement a DPSP and conflicts with the fundamental right, it is left to the court whether the restriction is reasonable or not. Okay? Put the answers. Okay, one answer we are getting is option A. So the state of Maharashtra is enacting a law providing for 50% reservation in government jobs for EWS. A group of citizens challenge this law, arguing that it violates the right to equality under Article 14. What is Article 14? Can anyone tell me in the chat box without googling it up? Come on, tell me. Is the reservation policy constitutionally valid? So what does this say? That these are not enforceable by courts but serve as a guiding principle for governance. If a law seeks to implement a DPSP, so here the government wants to include a DPSP, right? Which is the directive principle. They are providing a 50% reservation. So some extra knowledge of yours is being needed some over here, because I believe that somewhere A could be the answer, because reservations are a form of positive discrimination aimed at achieving substantive equality. This is not exactly a principal understanding. Very good, very good. Okay. But B also says that reservation beyond 50% violate the Supreme Court's ruling in Indira Swane and Union of India. Now, keeping in line with this decision what the Supreme Court has said, which is nowhere giving over here, but somewhere the judgment, on that basis answer is option B. But I somehow believe that option A also makes it a valid point. Okay? Because the second line has nothing to do and the state can do it for implementing DPSPs, because it is not a law, right? So I think option A, which is being put by students, can be the option over here. Okay? But we can go with B. Chalo. Next. 11th. Article 19(1)(a), freedom of speech with reasonable restrictions. Come on guys, speed up. So this line makes a valid point that 19(1)(a), freedom of speech with reasonable restriction is there, but Supreme Court has ruled that restrictions must have a proximate direct connection. A direct link has to be there between what the change needs to be brought over here, whatever you are saying, and what is the disorder. So in the given facts, I don't think that there is a direct nexus over here, because if Arvind the journalist have written an investigative article alleging high level corruption in the defense ministry, it is nowhere linked with public order, or it is not vague or excessive, right? Yes, Riyashta. In the previous question, we can definitely ignore option B because of the term beyond. We will go with option A. Absolutely correct. We'll make this point as the correct option, not this one. Okay? Chalo. In this question, mark your answers. So I think option B or D, that is no, is coming over here. Why? Because criticizing the government on the defense matter does not automatically threaten national security unless there is an immediate direct link to the public disorder, right? This is more closer, so the correct option is option B. Come on, question number 12. Let's speed up, guys, fast. Come on, we have more 20 questions to go. Let's speed up. We are already short of time. We don't have full day, right? Marathon full day करने पे brain exhaust हो जाएगा. Come on, speed up. This is related with multiple lists on the matter which is given in the constitution. List 1, the matter by the center, state and both. So over here, Parliament can only come into the picture when in the matter of state list only under exception circumstances. In the given fact, there are no exception circumstances. These are law related with agriculture markets. It says a subject exclusively under the state. So I think answer has to be no over here. And the correct option seems to be, so Ritisha is confused between B, because Parliament registered on state list subject if it is necessary for national policy implementation. But national policy implementation तो है ही नहीं, agriculture state का matter है, fact में दिया है. तो पंजाब का बोलना सही है, law constitutionally valid नहीं होगा because it's the subject matter state, Parliament cannot legislate. A makes a correct option. Got it, Ritisha? Yes? Chalo, next. Come on, speed up. Now it's related with copyright, IPR law. Protect the expression of an idea, not the idea itself. So copyright is more towards the expressing the idea, not the idea, the thought pe nahi hoga. If two works share a similar concept but have different expression, there is no infringement. Similar concept but different expression. Check the expression over here. Is the expression similar or different? So the idea is similar to dystopian future where AI controls human lives. Tanya is publishing with a similar theme but different characters, plot and setting. So things are different. So the answer goes towards no copyright violation. Very good. Option B. Next question on screen. Trademark infringement. What it says, that it grants exclusive rights to the owner to use a distinctive sign for goods or services. Infringement occurs when an identical or deceptively similar mark is used without authorization, leading to public confusion. Public confusion, important point hai guys. Come on, put your answers guys fast. So when it says Starbucks, pronouncing is similar, and it is leading to public confusion. So correct answer comes to be option A over here, right? Because it is creating a likelihood of confusion between the people. Very good. Next question on screen. Unfair trade practice include false claim in advertising about quality quantity. So if any advertisement there is a false claim being done, would come under an unfair trade practice and could make people liable or the organization. So when the company, by using a popular detergent, they say 99% of all stain in one wash, but the people are claiming it's not happening, and company takes a defense, it's a marketing thing and should not be taken literally कि 99 को 99 ही ना लिया जाए, but somewhere closer should be given. What should court decide? Is it unfair or not? I think the company is engaged into this and should avoid false advertisements because the people are following that thing and they will be held liable for penalty. Come on, next question on screen. Yes, the A is the correct answer. Right to strike and lockout from Industrial Dispute Act. So any strike, any lockout is only being legally done if due notice is given and proper conciliation procedures are followed, right? What happens to the workers at a Titan steel factory? Come on, put your answers guys for question 16. It says the company immediately declared a lockout without notifying the labor commissioner or following conciliation procedures. Was the employer's action legally valid? No. Employer must follow a due process before declaring a lockout. Got it? The answer is not yes. The answer has to be no. Okay? Perfect. Perfect Shriyasta. Perfect Ritisha. Perfect, perfect. Very good. Now we have moved towards the assertion reason question. This should take less than a minute, not more than that. So how to solve assertion reason? Read this statement individually, whether it is true or false. Reason whether true or false. If you find either of them false, choose from CD. If you find both of them true, then establish a relationship कि A जो बोलता है because R is there. ठीक है? Okay, so there is a doubt कि sir why not D? No, so why D is not there, I'm just making a point. It says workers at Titan Steel Factory went on strike after the employer refused to provide bonus payments. So the strike has already been taken place. That is the given fact. Right? So there is no question on whether the strike was right or wrong. Clear? Got it? That's why we will not take strike into consideration. We will only talk about the lockout because the question is that only was the employer action legally valid. Stick to the question stem. Chalo. Identify this. Answers guys for question 17. The Parliament of India cannot amend the Constitution in a manner that it alters the fundamental structure. True. Constitution of India grants. So over here you need to have the prior knowledge about it. Okay. Without prior knowledge you can't solve. Constitution of India grants absolute power to Parliament to amend any part of constitutional amendment under article? No. The correct answer over here, because taking these cases, go through the explanation, the correct answer seems to be option C. Got it? Because reasoning is not true. Okay, perfect. Next, states in India do not have complete autonomy in all matters under the state list. Is this assertion correct? When they say do not have complete autonomy, because yes, in some exceptional circumstances, the union can make laws related to the matters. Okay? So A is true. Do you guys think so? Yes or no? Is A true? Come on, speed up. Yes, okay. The Indian constitution follows a rigid separation of powers. So there is no rigid separation of powers. There is a proper separation. So A is true, R is false. So there is a cooperative federalism, meaning union can legislate on state list. The separation of power is flexible, not rigid. So this makes it a valid point. So correct answer is C. Come on, 19th. Now this is what you guys have to write. Answers for 19th question, guys. Come on. Is right to property a fundamental right under Constitution? No, right to property was earlier but now not. So since A is false, I will directly go and choose option D. The 44th Amendment removed the right to property from the list and placed under article. Absolutely correct. Must have seen it up in your constitution classes. The correct answer is D. Here's the explanation. It's now a constitutional right, not a fundamental right. So the right given by Constitution except Part 3 is a constitutional right. Right under Part 3, fundamental right. Right given by any other law than Constitution is a legal right. Perfect. Next. Ghanshyam, you are asking to explain which part? Can you be specific? Come on, guys. Let's finish this up. Last 5 minutes, guys. Okay. So right to move to Supreme Court for enforcement of fundamental right can be suspended. Is assertion correct? No. This is wrong. Since this is wrong, we'll go to D. Article 32 provides for constitutional remedies can be restricted during only national emergency. That too, yeah, this can be kept aside. Yeah, restricted. So that's the explanation. Cannot be suspended even during constitutional remedies as clarified in this case. However, certain fundamental rights except this can be restricted during an emergency. Clear? Chalo. Now question is related with legal GK. Come on, everyone put your answer. Acha, 18th question mein doubt hai. So in this 18th question, states in India do not have complete autonomy in all matters. So this was already right, like Ghanshyam? Right? This was already discussed, which stated that in few matters union can be participant to it, right? Union can bring changes in case of certain exceptional circumstances. So this is wrong. Since A is wrong, sorry, this is true. Because it says do not have complete autonomy, it's true. But R is false because it's talk about rigid separation. Okay. Come on. What does the doctrine of basic structure of Indian Constitution imply? Put your answers. Ritisha, which article you are referring to? Okay, perfect. ठीक है. Okay, Ritisha, ठीक है. Come on, everyone, put answer for this. So Ritisha raised a point कि सर आर्टिकल 359 की जगह 352 होना चाहिए. So बेटा 359 mentions about suspension of certain remedies during the emergency. Okay, so that's why article 359 is mentioned. You can check it up. Okay, Ritisha, it's not wrong. Okay. It says na can be restricted under article 359, but emergency ka article it's not saying, which you mentioned 352. Okay, chalo. Answer for 21 is option B, because it says certain fundamental feature of constitution that cannot be altered by constitutional amendment. Chalo, B is the correct answer. That's the explanation. Take a screenshot of it. Let's move forward. Which of the following is not a fundamental duty under article 51A? What is not a duty? Safeguard public property is a duty. Promote scientific temper, spirit of inquiry is a duty. Abide by constitution, respective ideals, to pay taxes honestly. It is a duty but not a fundamental duty, right? It's not a duty basically, it's a legal obligation, right? This is the right term. Okay? 51A does not include to pay this, okay? Chalo. How does the Indian Constitution define secularism? Secularism का मतलब क्या है जो Indian Constitution में दिया है? Come on guys, speed up. So guys, are you liking this session or not? Come on, where's that zeal? Everyone, hit a like over here. Come on, give us a thumbs up, share some hearts. Come on, everyone in the chat box. Are you guys liking this session? Come on. We have one more session in the parallel to this coming, two more sessions in the parallel coming to this. So come on guys, don't be sleepy. If you are starving, stay at that point. If you are thirsty, stay at that point. Because we are in a marathon. Come on guys, we are not just doing a normal class session. Aram se. No, come on, buckle up, speed up. Very good, Ritisha. Come on, let's have some more emojis over here. Come on. Let us also feel happy by taking these sessions. Yes, perfect. And if any given point of time you guys feel ki yaar last 2 months mein I need some set of this marathon sessions more and these practice sessions more over there. So guys, in the description we have provided you a link for our new batch. It's a 45 days to 50 batch till the date of your exam, explicitly for 5-year LLB students preparing for MAH-CET exam. Fill up by clicking on that register link, by going to that form, and either get in touch with our EA on the mentioned number in the description right now, okay, or even at the end you can do it. Chalo, thank you guys. ये हुई ना बात chat box में. चलो अब इसका आंसर दीजिए. Question number 23. What does the Indian Constitution, how does it define? It says it recognizes and promotes all religion equally. So this is not secularism, wrong. It does not recognize any religion as the official religion and treats all religious impartially. The state has the authority to regulate religious practices without any restriction. Or the constitution mandates that all citizens must follow a common civil code. I think for this, yes, it says that it does not recognize any religion as official religion. Absolutely correct. B makes it a valid point. It no way promotes any religion. किसी भी एक religion को नहीं promote करता है. Option A not correct. B is correct. Very good guys. Very good. चलो. It says principal secularism state does not endorse any religion but ensures religious freedom of all citizens. ठीक है? So A, C, D are incorrect. Rest B is the correct. Why does India follow a parliamentary system of government instead of presidential system? तानाशाही क्यों नहीं है? Why there is a parliamentary system? Because in the executive committee, or we'll say the executives of as defined by the constitution, is responsible to the legislature, that is Rajya Sabha, Vidhan Sabha, Lok Sabha, ensuring accountability in governance. So the correct answer seems to be option B. Now you are saying parliamentary system allows for complete separation of power, ensuring no overlap between the executive and legislature. Don't you think B makes it more comprehensive than D, guys? Right? Bhuvendra, Shruti, don't you guys think B is more comprehensive than D? Let's see. India follow a system where executive is collectively responsible to legislature. This ensures accountability as the government can remove through a vote of no confidence. So that's why it says it is collectively responsible to the legislature. So that's why option B makes it more appropriate in comparison with option D. Right? Perfect. Hi Shruti, how are you? Long time. The system was adopted to prevent excessive concentration of power in single authority. Okay? Chalo. So guys, thank you so much for being with us for legal section. But guys, don't go anywhere. I am here, team is here. And now we'll be having the current affairs. Your favorite section is over here, which you guys badly need to revise, practice a set of questions. So don't go anywhere. Our mentor will be over here, Riddhi ma'am will be here. So guys, wait for it. Be here. Take a 5-minute pause, 2-minute pause, and then we'll start the session. Don't go anywhere, okay? We'll be right back. Bye bye, take care. मेरा bye है, session चल रहा है.
I hope I am audible and visible to you all. Quickly in the chat section, just drop me a message. Let's see how many of you can see me, hear me. Hello guys. Okay, perfect. Now that I can, let's see your messages. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Hello, Bhuvendra. Hello, guys. Hi, hi. Wonderful. Okay. Yes. The most, one of your most important at the same time, one of your most favorite sections, the current affairs, or to put it this way for our upcoming examination, general knowledge. Now, let me tell you one thing. Apart from your regular daily studies and at the same time, the topics that you have already gone through, we've tried to give you a little different touch over here with regards to this general knowledge. We've brought in some different categories of question, the categories that we tend not to, study a little much about. Why? Because these questions will then make you prepared or keep you in, this thought that we are ready for our upcoming examination. So let's get into it. Let's try to see these 24 mega major questions. Okay, so let's start. I hope you are all ready and Be prepared, quickly drop the messages in the chat section. I'm continuously reading it. Yes, I can see Ritisha, Digvijay, Sreshtha, I think Ghansham, all of you guys. Hi, hello, thank you so much. Let's start. Okay, so let's move to the first question. What is your first question trying to talk about? Which institution published the gender gap report of 2024? Another easy question to discuss. At the same time, this is with regards to the economics section. Okay, so when we try to divide our studies, when we try to divide our curriculum, or when we try to probably talk about the subsection of general knowledge per se, there are certain things. So now discussing about the same, we have the economics category over here. Absolutely right. I'm already seeing your responses. Wonderful, guys. Option C is the right answer here. You can see that this gender gap report of 2024 was released in the 18th edition by World Economic Forum, which you can see comprehensively benchmarking gender parity across 146 economies. That is a major thing that you need to understand, which close to 64.1% of the gender gap as of 2024. Let's move to the next question quickly. Dengue, found in the tropical and subtropical regions worldwide, is a mosquito-borne disease caused by what? Again, we are in the science section. We'll be having quite a lot of questions with regards to science as well as history. History pertaining to ancient as well as medieval India. Let's try to see how many of you here know the answer. Okay, I can see one of you responding with A. No, guys. Let's see how many of you others know. No. Let's see what about others. Okay. All right, the ones who have responded with A, now that you know that I've responded no, so now you're responding with option B. Yes, A neither B neither C. Very good, but yes guys, option B is the right answer. So understand, it's a mosquito-borne viral infection caused by a dengue virus. Okay, by the name itself, dengue virus, which belongs to the, understand, Flaviviridae family. All right. Remember this, remember the name of the virus so that it becomes easier for you in case a question like this comes into picture. Let's move to the next question quickly. During the reign of which dynasty was the Mathura school of art considered to be in its golden age? Now understand one thing, again as I told you, this is with regards to history. Okay, so remember, economics, science and history, major sections to deal with for this session today. So let's see how many of you here know the answer. Okay, I'm seeing your responses. Some of you are putting it as okay. One has put it as A, others are putting it as B. What about others, guys? Let's see. Let's see how many of you here remember this. All right, all right. Very good, Digvijay. What about others? Let's wait for some of your friends to, drop in a message and then we will discuss the answer over here. See, yes, that is for sure that the school prospered in 3 dynasties or during the 3, period. So let's try to see how many of you here remember about this. All right, I can see your responses. Wonderful, and I'm very happy to see quite a lot of you have already joined the session. I hope your examinations till now have gone amazingly well. Let's buckle up. Let's come back to the, study mode for our upcoming examination. We have only a month. Let's prepare in the most optimum manner. Let's see how many of you understand. Okay, some of you have responded with A, others are responding with C. Okay, one has responded with B. What about others? Let's see. Yes, option C is the right answer over here. Let's try to understand. See, the school of art flourished during the Kushan reign, particularly under the 3 rulers. Okay, so which 3 rulers? Kanishka, Huviska and Vasudev. Okay, 3 major rulers that we need to understand. At the same time, this period per se is considered to be the golden age. Okay, for the school which is known for its theme ranging from Buddhist to Brahminical. Okay, so different. So understanding, remembering the hierarchical structure as well, Buddhist to Brahminical structure or Buddhist to Brahminical approach as well. So that is one another important update that you must remember. Let's move to the next question. What is India's rank in the Climate Change Performance Index of 2024? Now, if you have already watched my videos on the channel, you know the answer for this. We have already discussed this on the channel in my earlier current affairs and general knowledge videos. Let's see how many of you are aware of this. Let's quickly go through this. Now this is of course with regards to reports and indices or indexes. Let's see. Okay, I'm already seeing your responses. Yes guys, option C, absolutely right, 7th. India's rank, or this year India ranked 7th in the Climate Change Performance Index, which has improved from the 10th rank which was in the year 2022. At the same time, the index here assesses climate policies as well as renewable energy, emission and all the other energy related or uses across countries. So that is the reason why your option C becomes the right answer. And remember this, our rank has improved from 10th to 7th. Let's move to the next one. Which international agreement signed in 1987 which has aimed in banning chlorofluorocarbons, CFC? Again, another major thing that you may be aware of if you have watched my current affairs videos. Let's see. Is it Paris Agreement, Montreal Agreement, Chicago Agreement or Kyoto Protocol? Quickly. We have 24 major questions to deal for today. Let's see how many of you know about this. All right. Okay. Digvijay, you need to be sure which one. In exam, we cannot select both. But yeah, good efforts. All right. What about others? Yep. So, absolutely right. Option B is the correct answer over here. Let's see. You can see the report here talks about the UN, United Nations report discusses about the Montreal Protocol, which is an international agreement which was signed or established in the year 1987. At the same time, again, the aim here was to cease the use of harmful chemicals, which has proven to be successful. So that being one, chlorofluorocarbons, once prevalent in the items like spray cans, refrigerators, foam insulation and air conditions were identified as one of the responsible factors for the ozone layer depletion. That becomes important. So remember this case, okay? Remember this mindset or remember this one of the key factors for the chlorofluorocarbons. Alright, banning of chlorofluorocarbons. Let's move to the next one. Which country is comprised of the Central Powers against the Allies in World War I, 1914 to 1918? I hope you all remember this. Again, with regards to history, let's see how many of you remember this. Very easy, by the way. Let's see how many of you remember the, how many of you remember history per se. All right, I'm already seeing your responses. Very good, Shruti. Okay, very good. Easy. All right. What about others? Yes, guys, absolutely right. Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Ottoman Turkey. Again, during the World War I, 1914 to 18, the Central Powers were a coalition of nations that included all of these: Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Ottoman Turkey, or the Ottoman Empire. Alright, now they fought against the Allies, which included which ones? The countries like France, UK, Russia, and later on Italy as well as US. Alright, let's move to the next one. What concept suggests that black holes are not entirely black but emit a form of radiation over the time? Let's see how many of you here remember about this. I understand for a fact that you may find some of the questions being a little difficult because they are from the science section. In science per se, we tend to skip out on this during our general knowledge study specifically for MH-CET examination. Remember one thing that, skipping this is not a good option. Rather, revising and practicing it more and more will help you. So let's see how many of you here remember this. Okay, one of you has replied as B. What about others? Very good. I'm already seeing your responses. You've started responding. Wonderful, guys. Okay. B. What about others? Yeah, perfect. Wonderful, guys. Yes, Hawking radiation is the right answer. Let's understand the theoretical concept, which is, again, as I told you, is known as Hawking radiation, was proposed by the prominent physicist Stephen Hawking. Alright, according to this idea, what is the idea here? Black holes, as they can say, rather than being entirely black, they actually emit a form of radiation gradually over the time. And the Chinese researchers have also employed quantum computing to to stimulate the basically physics of black holes, which is basically providing platform to experimentally test Stephen Hawking's theory, or on what? On the Hawking radiation. Alright, let's move to the next one. Again, this another question is with regards to history. Who founded the newspaper? That is the Statesman. Let's see how many of you here know the answer. Alright, let's see how many of you here know the answer. Is it Robert Knight? Is it Girish Chandra Ghosh? Is it Dadabhai Naoroji? Or is it Lala Jagat Narayan? Wonderful, guys. Absolutely right. Option A is the right answer here. I'm seeing your responses. Very good, yeah. So, yes, the Statesman is an Indian English language broadsheet. Okay, now this is a daily newspaper which is published in Kolkata as well as New Delhi, Siliguri and Bhubaneswar. Alright, it was started by Robert Knight in the year 1875. Okay, remember this. Let's move to the next question. What is the next question? National Science Day is celebrated to commemorate the discovery of which scientific phenomenon? Another science-based question that has come to you. Let's see how many of you here remember this. National Science Day. Remember, here we are trying to talk about India, okay? Don't forget that. Let's quickly discuss these questions because you have your final bit of this MH-CET 5-year LLB marathon that will, end after this with regards to your quant section. So let's see how many of you here remember. All right, wonderful. I'm already seeing your responses. Beautiful, guys. Absolutely right. National ka matlab with regards to India, Raman effect is the right answer. It is celebrated every year on the 28th of February. All right. Now here, as you can see, Raman effect, and this was also discussed in one of my current affairs videos. So I hope you all have gone through the same. Let's move to the next question. What is the accurate location of the ancient site of 𝐷-MAH-CET? Let's see how many of you here remember this. This is trying to talk about ancient history. So let's see how many of you remember this. 𝐷-MAH-CET. Let's try to see how many of you here remember. Even if you use the elimination method, you may come a little close to the answer. So let's see how many of you here know. Okay, somebody has responded with A. What about others? No, guys, option D here is the right answer. Let's see why. Because see, this is situated in the Kandahar province, and Kandahar, that it is in the Afghanistan region. Okay, let's move to the next one. What is the religious affiliation of Kanishka, the ruler of Kushan dynasty? Now let's see, again a very easy question. The history that you've studied till your 10th, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to answer this. Let's see how many of you here remember about this. All right. A lot of you here are responding. What about others? Yes, the ones who remember the history that you have studied till 10th, you're absolutely right. It is with regards to Mahayana Buddhism. Okay, so Kanishka adhered to Mahayanism. Okay, that is one of the sects, subsects of Buddhism. Okay, the Mahayanas and the Hinayanas. So, a form of Buddhism characterized by the purest or the pursuit of complete enlightenment for the benefit of all the sentient beings. All right. So yes, option D becomes the right answer. Let's move to the next one. Which organization publishes the Human Development Index? Very easy question. I hope you all remember this. At the same time, remember one thing again, one more question with regards to reports, indexes, and a little bit towards the economic front. Let's see how many of you here remember this. Two parts of our 24 questions are completed with this. We'll be moving to the next one. Let's see how many of you here remember. Yes guys, absolutely right. Option C is the right answer. United Nations Development Program, which publishes the Human Development Index, UNDP. Absolutely right guys. Let's move to the third element or the third segment of our questions for today, which was the first state in the pre-independence India to introduce a compulsory primary education for the first time. Let's see how many of you here remember this. We are trying to talk about pre-independence India, okay? Remember this. That is where you'll remember the states. You remember India's pre-independence map, okay? When the states were different from today's modern day state, all right? Yes, Shruti, wonderful. I'm seeing Shruti has been responding very well. Correct, guys. The state of Baroda is the right answer over here. First law on compulsory education was introduced by the state of Baroda in the year 1906. The date becomes important or the year becomes important. This provided compulsory education for boys and girls from the age group of 7 to 12 years. All right. Let's move to the next question. Who among the following made a remark? No, only madmen outside lunatic asylums could think or talk of independence. Now, this is in context of the emerging ideas of Swaraj. Let's see how many of you here remember India's freedom struggle. If you remember this, it will be easier for you to answer this question. All right. Okay. I'm seeing your responses. Don't only look at it from, the famous leaders, or everybody over here is a famous leader, but at the same time we tend to study about specific personalities a lot, and that is why we may get confused. The way I can see your responses, no guys, option C is the right answer over here, Gopal Krishna Gokhale. Now what happened? He was a social reformer as well as a political leader. Now of course, he spent a very big amount of time during the India's independence movement. And he was the one who mentioned or who stated this thing in the year 1903. Alright, let's move to the next one. Which acid is represented by the chemical formula of HOOCCOOH? Let's see how many of you here remember. Abhi boards hua hai. So let's see how many of you remember this. Yes, guys. Let's try to see this. All right, I'm seeing your responses. What about others, guys? Option D is the right answer. That is citric acid. Now, again, see, oxalic acid is an organic compound with the formula of C2H2NO4. Similarly, some call it crab acid. Now, due to its appearance, it is in the condensed formula. Basically, its condensed formula is HOOCCOOH, reflecting its classification as the simplest dicarboxylic acid. I'm so sorry. That is the reason why your option D becomes the right answer. Let's move to the next one. That is, which of these non-metals is commonly used as a general anesthetic? Let's see how many of you remember this. Okay, Digvijay, ma'am, I'm from commerce. I'm so sorry, Digvijay. But yes, all right, Shruti, no problem, guys. I understand. See, at the moment, currently, since we are preparing, let's forget the fact that are you a humanities or arts student or a commerce student or a science student. The questions that are coming in, even if you don't remember about this or even if you don't know about this, what probably we can do is prepare ourselves for this in the upcoming days. Let me be honest with you all, I'm also a humanities student, but that's okay. Ultimately, we need to prepare for our examination because these are the kind of questions that can be potentially asked to you. So prepare yourself in the similar manner. Let's get back to the question. Let's see how many of you here remember the answer for this one. All right. What about others? Don't worry, guys. I'm here to help you out. So it's okay. Just give it a try. Okay, guys. No. Xenon is the right answer. Option C, which is commonly used in medical science as a general anesthetic. It is colorless, dense, odorless, noble gas. Yes, Shruti, you're absolutely right, which is found in Earth's atmosphere. Okay? Wonderful, Shruti. Good try. Let's move to the next one. When one body is actually moving over the surface of another body, the friction is known as what? Is it a kinetic friction? Is it a limiting friction? Is it a static friction? Or is it a negative friction? Let's see how many of you here remember the, friction that we had studied till our 10th science. Let's see how many of you remember about this. It's a very easy answer, वैसे तो. What about others? I don't see many of you responding. Yes, guys, absolutely right. Option A is the right answer. When one body actually moving over the surface of another body, the friction is known as kinetic friction. Wonderful, guys. Good responses. What about others? I see quite a lot of you have joined, but the response that comes in is only from few people. Let's see. Quickly join in at the same time. In the chat box as well as in the description, you will find the link of our Telegram channel as well as the current brisk batch that is on. The ones who have not been enrolled for the same session, join in via the details of this batch. At the same time, the ones who want to get more information with regards to current affairs and all the other updates, join our Telegram channel. Okay, let's move to the next question. Presence of which among the following salts in the water causes blue baby syndrome? Let's see how many of you remember this. We are coming to the, with this we'll be coming to the last of the third segment for our questions for today. After which we'll be moving to the fourth segment, which will, from the 19th till your 24th question. After which you'll be having your quantitative analysis or quants section to be, dealt with. So let's quickly go through this. Let's try to understand how many of you here remember. Okay, I'm seeing your responses. What about others? Yes, guys, option D is the right answer over here. We're talking about nitrates. Nitrates in the drinking water often from agriculture runoff can lead to the blue baby syndrome. What is this? It is a condition which, basically it is for infants characterized by reduced oxygen carrying capacity in the blood. Alright, remember this, nitrates interference with hemoglobin's ability to transport oxygen, causing the skin to appear blue or purple. So when your skin tends to appear blue or purple after consumption is where we call it as blue baby syndromes, and it is generally, in the infants that this occurs. Let's move to the next question. Which states benefit from the Sardar Sarovar project? Another easy question if you know about the Sardar Sarovar project. Let's see how many of you here know about this. Sorry. Remember the Sardar Sarovar project? Remember it via India's map. And if you remember it via India's map, you will be able to easily answer it remembering the bordering states. Wonderful. Very good, Shruti. Absolutely right. What about others? Yes, guys. Option C is the right answer over here. Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Rajasthan. If you remember, as I keep telling you, India's map with regards to a diamond, towards our left, which is in the western region, you will find Gujarat, and from Gujarat's border you will see Rajasthan, you will see Madhya Pradesh, you will see Maharashtra, that is a part of it. That is the reason why Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Rajasthan are the states that are being benefited with regards to the Sardar Sarovar project. Let's move to the next one. Which scale measures the intensity of the earthquake? In the recent past, we have seen quite a lot of update and information with regards to earthquakes. And specifically for Law 25 students, you all in the start of your preparation season, you had already seen some updates with regards to earthquakes. So you remember the name of the scale. Let's see how many of you here know about this. Yes, guys, the intensity of ground shaking is measured by the modified Mercalli scale. The Mercalli scale was invented by Mercalli in the year 1902. Yes, guys, absolutely right. Now, let's move to the next one. Where was India's first organic fisheries cluster inaugurated? A new recent news, and this is with regards to a government's scheme as well. Let's see how many of you remember this. We are on the 21st question. We have last three questions to deal with after this. Let's quickly try to see. All right. What about others? Yes, guys, absolutely right. Wonderful. Option B is the right answer here. The Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairy inaugurated this cluster in which region? In the Sorang district of Sikkim. It was under which scheme? It was under the scheme called as PMMSY. What is this scheme? Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Wonderful. Very good, Ritesh. Very good, Shruti. Very good, Ritisha. Wonderful. Yes, let's move to the next one. If you remember or if you have seen my current affairs January video, you'll be easily able to answer this. NRI Day, also known as Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. It was celebrated on which day? Let's see how many of you here remember this. Wonderful. What about others? As soon as the question blinks, I'm seeing a lot of responses coming in. Wonderful. Very good, guys. Yes, absolutely right. Option A, which is 9th of January, is the right answer. All right. Now, in the month of January, there were a lot of days that were celebrated, and quickly have the recap of this with our current affairs videos that are available in the playlist as well as on the channel. Quickly watch that. Okay, let's move to the next one. On which day is the private member's business scheduled in the Indian Parliament? Let's see how many of you know about this. Understand the question again. On which day is private member's business scheduled in the Indian Parliament? Okay. Let's see. We are at the second last question now. All right, wonderful, Ritesh. Very good. Yes, guys. Fridays are the right answer. It is scheduled on Fridays in the Indian Parliament, which limits to the discussion time due to MPs leaving early for their constituencies. Wonderful. Let's come to the last question for today, which is, which state became the 27th state to adopt the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana? Which one was this state that, that was the last state till now to adopt this thing? 27th rather, not last, 27th state to be, to adopt this PMJ scheme. Wonderful. Absolutely right, guys. Wonderful. Very good. Option A is the right answer over here. With this, we come to the end for current affairs, or rather not current affairs per se, with regards to the general knowledge section. Now after this, you have a fully packed quant section to begin with, and sir is already waiting for you all, so quickly be there in the session. Sir will be joining in soon. Signing off from my end. Take care, guys, and
Hello everyone. So welcome to this CET marathon. So IMS Get Law channel has once again brought for you a very important session. So I am going to discuss some questions, some important questions on mathematics as well as logical reasoning. So both these sections are very important when it comes to Maharashtra Law CET. So there are 8 questions in mathematics which are not really difficult, only some basic concepts of few topics are required for you to solve this section, and logical reasoning section has some analytical puzzles in it. So let's start today's session with mathematics, and then we will see some questions on logical reasoning. Okay, so here is the first question on your screen. So read the question and try to answer it, and send your responses in the chat window. So this question is based on averages. The question is based on concepts of average. So everyone should try this and send your answers. Okay, Ritesh has sent the answer. Good. Chalo, I want answer from more people. Okay, Shruti has also sent the answer. Good. Chalo, let's look at the solution of this question. The average weight of 8 men is increased by 2 kg when one of the men whose weight is 50 kg is replaced by a new man. So what will be the weight of the new man? That is to be found out. If we go by normal method, there are 8 men. We do not know what is their average weight. So we can consider A as the average. So 8 men, average A. We know in average only one basic formula works. Average is equal to sum of values divided by number of values. So sum of values is equal to average multiplied by number of values. So 8 men is number of values. So here number of persons is 8, and if average is A, so 8A is the sum of their weights. Now what is happening when one of the men whose weight is 50 kg is replaced by a new man? So right now this is the sum of weights of their ages. Sum of their weights. So if a new man joins, let's say n is the weight of new man, okay, or nw is the weight of new man, and the person whose weight is 50 kg is getting replaced, so we can subtract 50 from it. And what is the new average now? Number of persons is not changing, it is 8 only, but the average has increased by 2, so new average is a plus 2. So what we can write on right hand side? 8a plus 16. And what do we get on left hand side? So 8a and 8a can be cancelled out from both the sides, and weight of the new man is, if you take minus 50 to right hand side, 50 plus 16, which is equal to 66 kg. Yes, so Ritesh and Shruti have given correct answers. Good. Is there a smart method? Is there a shortcut method for this? Is there a shortcut method? Just give me a second. Okay, hi guys, am I audible? Sorry for the pause in the video. Am I audible now? Okay. Okay, thanks. Yes, so we were discussing about the smarter method for doing this. So smarter method is number of men is 8 and the weight is increasing by 2, and weight of the man who is getting replaced is 50 kg. Okay, 50 kg. So 50 kg and overall increase 8 men and 2 kg per person increase, means overall increase should be 16 kg in this 50 kg. So you get the answer as 66 kg. This should be our smarter method or shortcut method for solving this question. So correct answer for the question is 66 kg. Okay, I hope both the methods are clear. This method is also not going to take too much time, but once you are preparing for competitive exams where time is critical, so such methods are going to be helpful for you. Okay, let's go to next question. Question second. In what ratio should milk costing rupees 40 per liter be mixed to milk costing rupees 49 per liter, so that the price per liter of the mixture is rupees 44 per liter? Chalo, solve this and send your answers. Very good. Ritesh and Shruti have already sent their answers. Very good. So whenever you mix two mixtures, two groups, two sets of values, in that case alligation method is very useful. So here also you are adding two types of milks. Costing of one type of milk is rupees 40 per liter. Costing of second type of milk is 49 rupees per liter. So in allegation method, what we do is we write down the average 1 and average 2 like this. We write down weighted average like this. So we want, when these two mixtures are mixed, we want average costing as 44 rupees per liter. So simply you have to take the difference here, 44 and 40 difference you should write here, and 49 minus 44 the difference you should write here. So what do you get here? This ratio is ratio of what? So this is ratio of quantities or ratio of numbers of two groups. So here it is milk of type 1 and milk of type 2. So this should be the ratio of quantities in which these milks are to be mixed. These two types of milks are to be mixed. Okay. So correct answer here should be 5:4, option B. Yes, Ritesh and Shruti both have given correct answers. Very good. Yes, Ritesh, correct. Allegation method. Yes, correct, Shruti. Yes, very good. Chalo, let's move to next question. This is based on the concepts of percentage. Mr. Lal, a sales executive at Rajashri Enterprises, gets a commission of 10% on all sales up to rupees 1,20,000, and for all sales above this amount he is promised a commission of 15%. What should be his sales target to get a commission of rupees 30,000? Chalo, send your answers for this question. Ritesh has sent the answer. Okay. So it is given that he will get a commission of 10% on all sales up to rupees 1,20,000, and above this amount he will get a commission of 15%, and it is already given his total commission is 30,000. Total commission is 30,000. That is already given to you. So his basic commission is 10% of 1,20,000. 10% of 1,20,000 is 12,000. 10% of any value, you should just switch one decimal on the rightmost side to one place to the left. So 1,20,000, एक जीरो हटा देना है वहां से. 1,20,000 का 10% हो जाएगा 12,000. So 12,000 rupees is his basic commission, and his total commission is already given as 30,000, means remaining commission that he has to achieve above this sales value of 1,20,000 is 30,000 minus 12,000. So that is 18,000. 18,000 rupees more he has to achieve. But this 18,000 should be 15% of what value? That is important. So this 12,000 is achieved on sales of 1,20,000. This 12,000 commission is achieved on sales of 1,20,000. So this 18,000 commission, which is 15% of this sales value. So simply what you have to do, 15% of what value? If this value is x, let's say. So if this value is x, 15% of x is equal to 18,000. If you want to do basic, you want to use basic formula and solve. So x is equal to 18,000 divided by 15 into 100. So 180 by 15 is 12. So x, value of x you get as 1,20,000. 1,20,000. So it means total sales value is how much? Sales target. Total sales target is 1,20,000 plus 1,20,000. So total sales target should be 2,40,000. Those who are very fast at calculation can do this orally also. Those who are fast at calculation can do this orally as well. So you just have to find out 15% of 18,000 is how much? Sorry, 18,000 divided by 15% is how much? That comes out to be 1,20,000. Yes, so Ritesh has given correct answer. Chalo, let's move to next question. Question number 4. The daily wages earned by Ajit and Ben are in the ratio of 5:6. If each of them gets a hike of rupees 100 per day, then their wages will be in the ratio 7:8. Find Ajit's initial daily wages. Okay, Ritesh has given the answer already. Good. Chalo, everyone should try. So daily wages, their initial ratio is given as 5:6. A simple method of parts in the ratio can be used for this question. Yes, Shruti has also given answer. Good. Chalo, a simple method of parts can be used here. 5:6 is initial ratio after an increase of 100 rupees in their wages. Now their ratio of wages are in the ratio of 7:8. Ratio of their wages is 7:8. So increase of how many parts in their value? Increase of how many parts? So there is increase of 2 parts. Increase of 2 parts. And actual increase is 100 rupees. So 2 parts is equivalent to 100. Means 1 part is equivalent to how much? 1 part is equivalent to 50 rupees. And what do you want to find out? Ajit's initial daily wages. Ajit's initial daily wages is 5 parts. Ajit's initial daily wages is 5 parts. So if 1 part is 50, 5 parts is 5 into 50, that is 250 rupees. 5 into 50 is 250 rupees. So correct answer here is option D. Very good. Ritesh and Shruti, both of you have given correct answer. So 250 rupees is the answer. Chalo, let's move to next question. The selling price of 12 articles is equivalent to the cost price of 15 articles. What is the profit percentage? So this is based on the concepts of profit and loss. चलो प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस का बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट है सेलिंग प्राइस ऑफ 12 आर्टिकल्स is equivalent to cost price of 15 articles. So what will be the profit percentage? So here what you can simply do is selling price of 12 articles is cost price of 15 articles. One of the smart methods can be SP of 12 articles is equal to CP of 15 articles. So take a simple value, both these values are equal. Take a simple value which is multiple of both 12 and 15, which is multiple of 12 and 15. So multiple of 12 and 15, which I can easily think of is 60 rupees. So what we can do, 60 rupees is the value. 60 rupees is that value. So SP of 12 articles is 60 rupees. So SP of one article is 60 divided by 12, that is 5 rupees, and cost price of one article, 15 articles is 60. So one article 60 divided by 15, 4 rupees. So we have got CP and SP. It means how much is the profit here? SP minus CP, 1 rupees is the profit. So profit percentage is profit upon cost price. 1 upon 4 into 100 is equal to 25%. 25% is the required answer. Yes, Ritesh has given correct answer. 25% is the correct answer. Okay, there can be a general formula which you can remember for this. SP of X articles is equal to CP of Y articles. If Y is greater than X, then your formula is Y minus X upon X into 100, profit percentage here in such cases. And if X is greater than Y, in some cases X is greater than Y, so in that case it will be a loss percentage. So loss percentage will be, if X is greater than Y, take the difference between X and Y, divide by X into 100. But remember, SP of X articles and CP of Y articles should be the format. So then you can use this formula in such cases. Yes. Okay, let's move to next question. Question number 6. A sum of rupees X lent at simple interest amounts to rupees 690 in 3 years and rupees 750 in 5 years. The sum lent is how much? simple interest. So question is based on concept of simple interest. So you should know the basics of simple interest. How is simple interest calculated? Is it same every year or is it different every year if rate of interest does not change? Does simple interest change every year or does it remain constant? So whenever rate of interest is constant, simple interest is also constant every year. And since nothing is mentioned about rate of interest, मतलब यहाँ पे rate of interest constant है, तो simple interest हर year का भी constant होगा. So 3 years simple interest is 690 rupees, 5 years is 750 rupees, means difference of 2 years. Simply how you should calculate 3 years and 5 years, difference of 2 years, 750 minus 690 is 60 rupees. So SI of 2 years, simple interest in 2 years is 750 minus 690 is 60 rupees. 2 years simple interest is 60 rupees. So 1 year simple interest is 30 rupees. And if you want to find out the sum, means you want to find out principal. Okay, principal means amount at the start, sorry. So amount at the end of, or amount at the end of 3 years is 690 rupees. Amount at the end of 5 years is 750 rupees, means simple interest earned in 2 years is 60 rupees. So 1 year is 30 rupees. So if you want to go back 3 years, 1 year simple interest is 30 rupees. So 3 years simple interest earned must be 90 rupees. And right now after 3 years amount is 690. So simple interest accumulated in these 3 years is 90 rupees. So required principal is 690 rupees minus 90 rupees. That is 600 rupees. So that sum lent is 600 rupees. So option C is the correct answer. Yes, very good, Ritesh. The method you have written is correct. Chalo, next, let's go to next question, question number 7. So this is based on the concepts of trains in the topic time, speed, distance. Okay, so two trains with lengths of 140 meter and 160 meter are running in the opposite directions with respective speeds of 80 km per hour and 100 km per hour. So they are running in opposite directions. So note down these important points. They are running in opposite directions. So you have to calculate the relative speed. In opposite direction speed, relative speed is what? Difference between the speeds or addition of speeds. So relative speed in opposite direction is addition of their speed. So 80 plus 100 is 180 km per hour. But if you look at options, they are mostly in seconds or minutes and the lengths of the trains are given in meters. So this kilometer per hour should be converted in meters per second. How do we convert that? Multiply this with 5 by 18. So relative speed comes out to be 50 meters per second. Relative speed is 50 meters per second. So we want time taken by these trains to cross each other. The required time is always equal to distance divided by speed. So two trains, they have to cross how much distance to cross each other? Two trains have to cross their own lengths to cross each other completely. So 140 plus 160 and divided by their relative speed, that is 50 meters per second. So 140 plus 160 is 300 meters is the total length they have to cross to completely cross each other. So 50 meter per second is the speed. So 300 divided by 50, you will get your answers in seconds as 6 seconds. So correct answer is 6 seconds. Yes. So Ritesh and Shruti have given correct answer. Only thing is that Shruti, 6 minutes should not be our answer. 6 seconds should be our answer. Okay, so it will not be option A, it will be option B. Maybe just by looking at the number you have written option A, but it should be option B, 6 seconds. I hope it is clear. Clear to everyone? Okay, let's move to next question. Question 8. So it is based on the concepts of permutations and combinations. In how many ways can the letters of the word education be arranged so that the vowels always appear together? Vowels always appear together. So how many letters are there in this word education? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters are there. Total 9 letters are there. And in these 9 letters, how many vowels do we have? And how many consonants are there? How many consonants and how many vowels are there? That you need to check. Yes, very good, Ritesh. I must say your preparation is really good. And your speed of solving questions is also good. So 9 letters are there. In this, how many consonants are there and how many vowels are there? So D, C, T and N. 4 consonants are there. 4 consonants are there. And how many vowels are there? 5 vowels are there. Which are the 5 vowels? E, U, A, I, O. These are the 5 vowels. And 4 consonants are there. D, C, T and N. So they are saying that vowels should always appear together. Vowels should appear together. So whenever you want anything to appear together in such types of questions on permutations, so what you have to consider is, consider this 5 vowels as one group, as one entity. Consider this as one group. So what you have to do is, you always want this group to be together, this E, U, A, I, O. within themselves they can be arranged at different places, but these 5 places, within these 5 places they can arrange themselves, but overall as a group they should always be together. But along with that they have to be arranged with these 4 consonants also, D, C, T, N, so they can go at any place before D or between D and C, between C and T, between T and N, or here. So basically what the logic is, these 4 consonants along with this one group, if they are to be arranged at 5 places, this can be done in a linear arrangement in 5 factorial ways. This can be done in 5 factorial ways. Yes, very good Ritesh. That should be your approach, trying to solve every question in 45 to 60 seconds. Very good. So 5 factorial ways, 4 consonants and 1 group. So overall 5 entities or 5 elements can be arranged in 5 factorial ways. But this is arrangement of only these 4 consonants and this group. But as I said, within this group there are 5 vowels. So these 5 vowels can be arranged within themselves, as there are 5 elements. So again they can be arranged within themselves in 5 factorial ways. So you have to do arrangement of these 4 consonants and the group and these 5 vowels. That's why they are to be multiplied, 5 factorial into 5 factorial. And what is the value of 5 factorial? 5 factorial means 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So we should know values of factorial at least up to 7 or 8. More you know, that would be better. So value of 5 factorial is 120. So 120 into 120. Square of 12 is 144. And 2 zeros at the end. So what should be our answer here? How many ways? So in 14,400 ways they can be arranged such that vowels always appear together. Okay, so number of these arrangements is 14,400. Clear to everyone? So we saw some different topics of basic maths. Now let's move to some questions on logical reasoning, some analytical puzzles. Let's try to solve on important topics which are repeatedly asked in CET, like linear arrangement, circular arrangement, matrix arrangement. Okay. Chalo, so logical and analytical reasoning. Let's look at first set. This set is based on linear arrangement. This set is based on linear arrangement. Okay, so get the arrangement, then I'll show you the questions. or you can also send what arrangement you have got in the chat window. So 7 persons are there. Avnish, Bhupati, Nandana, Devrat, Kriti, Gajanan and Haridra are sitting in a row. Some are facing north and some are facing south. So these types of questions you have to be very careful, where some people are facing north and some people are facing south. Not more than 2 persons sitting together face same direction. Avnish sits exactly in the middle of the row. Only 2 persons sit between Nandana and Devrat. Nandana sits second to the left of Avnish. Only 1 person sits between Bhupati and Devrat. Both the immediate neighbors of Nandana face south. Kriti sits to the immediate right of Devrat. Haridra sits second to the right of Gajanan. Bhupati faces opposite direction to that of Nandana. So total 7 persons are there. So what should be our starting point here? If you look at this point, Avnish sits exactly in the middle of the row. This should be your starting point. So 7 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll just write their initials. So Avnish is sitting in the middle of the row. Okay, but here we do not know whether Avnish is facing south or whether Avnish is facing north. So in first case, I'll consider Avnish is facing north in case 1, and in case 2, I'll consider Avnish is facing south. In second case, I'll consider Avnish is facing south. Avnish facing north and Avnish facing south. Both cases are possible and you have to draw the arrangement considering both the cases and then check, is there any case getting eliminated or you are getting both the cases, so that we can decide on given conditions. Chalo, so not more than 2 persons sitting together face same direction. What does it mean? Means consecutively you cannot have 3 persons facing the same directions. Okay, you cannot have 3 persons facing the same direction consecutively. So only 2 persons sit between Nandan and Devrat. Right now we do not know their positions. So hold on to this point. Go to next point. Nandana sits second to the left of Avnish. In case 1, Avnish is facing north. So left means this side. So Nandana sits second to the left of Avnish. So Nandana sits here. And in this case, Nandana sits here. Because in case 2, Avnish is facing south. Next, only 1 person. And now you can check 2 persons sit between Nandan and Devrat. 2 persons between Nandan and Devrat. So 1, 2. So Devrat should be here. And in this case, Devrat should be here. 2 persons between Nandan and Devrat. Next, only 1 person sits between Bhupati and Devrat. But right now we cannot draw that because it could be on either side of Devrat. Bhupati can be on either side of Devrat. So again keep it on hold. Next, both the immediate neighbors of Nandana face south. Immediate neighbors of Nandana should face south. So here also immediate neighbors of Nandana should face south. So now if you look at case 1, this person is facing south, this person is facing south. So Nandana should be facing north, otherwise 3 persons will be facing south in a row or consecutively. And in case 2, if you see, both neighbors of Nandana facing south, Nandana should face north, and in case 2, Devrat should be facing north, because again if you take Devrat facing south, then again 3 persons consecutively will be facing south, so that won't be possible. Next condition, Kriti sits to the immediate right of Devrat, means Kriti is a neighbor of Devrat. One neighbor of Devrat is already known, who is Avnish. Now Kriti should be the other neighbor, but if you look at case 2 now, there we already know Devrat is facing north, but Kriti is coming on the left side of Devrat. Kriti is coming on the left side of Devrat. So it clearly means that case 2 is getting eliminated. Case 2 is getting eliminated here. Only case 1 will work. And Kriti is to the right of Devrat, means Devrat should be facing north. Devrat should be facing north, because Kriti is immediate right of Devrat. Next, Haridra sits second to the right of Gajanan. Second to the right means there is one person between Haridra and Gajanan, and it clearly these two places means Haridra and Gajanan must be neighbors of Nandana, and Haridra is second to the right of Gajanan. It clearly means Gajanan is sitting between Nandana and Avnish, and Haridra is here. That's how we'll get Haridra second to the right of Gajanan. And only one person who is left, Bhupati, will be here. And it is given that Bhupati faces the opposite direction to that of Nandana. Nandana is facing north, so Bhupati is facing south. Here two persons, Avnish and Devrat, are facing north. So Kriti cannot face north, Kriti has to face south. So this should be our final arrangement here. Case 1 is validated. All the conditions are getting satisfied in case 1. In case 2, one condition, because of one condition, that Kriti is to the immediate right of Devrat, but here Kriti is coming to the immediate left of Devrat. That's why case 2 got eliminated. Okay, Ritesh, the final arrangement that you have sent, just check a couple of positions there. Two persons are sitting between Nandan and Devrat. So if you and one person is sitting between Devrat and Bhupati. So just check your arrangement a little bit. You have drawn Bhupati and Devrat adjacent. So just check if it needs to be changed. Okay, so this is our final arrangement. Now let's look at the questions. This is the arrangement that we have got. Chalo, so you can answer the questions easily. How many persons are facing north? How many persons are facing north? From here it's very clear how many persons are facing north. So you can send your answers now easily. How many persons are facing north? 3 persons are facing north. Right? Nandana, Avnish and Devrat. 3 persons are facing north. Okay. So option C is correct here. Chalo, next. How many persons are sitting between Nandana and Devrat? So between Nandana and Devrat, as we already know, 2 persons are sitting. 2 persons, Gajanan and Avnish, are sitting between Nandana and Devrat. Then question 3. Which of the following does not belong to the group? Avnish, Bhupati, Haridra and Gajanan. Chalo, tell me answer for question 3. What should be the odd one out of this group? How to decide Avnish, Bhupati, Haridra and Gajanan? What we can observe? Chalo, send your answer for question 3. Avnish, Bhupati, Haridra and Gajanan. Avnish is facing north. Bhupati is facing south. Haridra is facing south. Gajanan is facing south. So what should be the answer? No, Ritesh. Why Haridra? Avnish is facing north. All others are facing south. So option A should be correct. Right? Avnish is facing north. Other 3 are facing south. So option A is correct. Chalo, question 4. Who among the following sits second to the right of Bhupati? Second to the right of Bhupati. Bhupati is sitting here. Second to the right. Second to the right is Devrat. Second to the right means one gap between, and right is this side. So answer should be option C, Devrat. And question 5. Which of the following statement is or are definitely true? Gajanan faces north is not correct. Bhupati sits to the right of Gajanan. No. This side is left of Gajanan. Only 2 persons sit between Avnish and Nandana. And Devrat sits to the immediate right of Kriti. Which one is correct? Yes, so Devrat sits immediate right of Kriti is correct. So option D. Clear to everyone? So this was based on, yes, correct Ritesh. D is correct. Okay, so this caselet was based on linear arrangement. Now let's look at the next caselet, which is based on circular arrangement. Chalo, read the conditions and try to draw the circular arrangement. Eight people take positions in the clockwise direction, starting from the position of the head of the group around a circular table facing the center. There are 4 males, Ajay, Nilesh, Gautam and Vishal, and 4 females, Komal, Babita, Chaitali and Divyani. The following conditions are to be followed. The head of the group, Vishal, has a female opposite to him. So first of all, there are 8 people. So draw the circular arrangement accordingly. head of the group Vishal as a female opposite to him. So if I draw Vishal here, Vishal is a male. So here opposite to Vishal should be a female. There is exactly one person between Chaitali and Vishal. One person between Chaitali and Vishal. So Chaitali could be either here or Chaitali could be here. Right? One person between Chaitali and Vishal. Next. Divyani sits to the immediate right of Babita. So right now we cannot find out the exact places of Divyani and Babita, so we can keep this condition on hold. Then if we go to next condition, Gautam, who sits diametrically opposite to Divyani, is to the immediate right of Vishal. Gautam is immediate right of Vishal. So Gautam is sitting here. All are facing the center. So right side means you have to go anti-clockwise of Vishal. Gautam is here. Gautam is a male. So Gautam, who sits diametrically opposite to Divyani, is to the immediate right of Vishal. So Gautam is diametrically opposite to Divyani. So Divyani is here. Divyani is here. And now we can check this condition which we kept on hold. Divyani sits immediate to the right of Babita. So Babita is sitting here. Next condition is Nilesh sits opposite to Chaitali and has two females sitting adjacent to him. Now it's very clear. If I draw Nilesh here, then adjacent to Nilesh will be Gautam. So this condition will not hold. So Nilesh must be here. Nilesh is sitting here. So Chaitali is not sitting here. Nilesh should be sitting here. And Nilesh has two females adjacent to him. So Chaitali is sitting here. So Chaitali, Babita and Divyani are done. Now other female left is Komal. So Komal is sitting here. And from the males only Ajay is left. So Ajay should be opposite to Komal. So Ajay should be sitting here. So this will be our final arrangement. This will be the final arrangement. Now using this we can easily answer the questions. Chalo, so who sits at 6th position? Now starting from Vishal, they have named this position as 1. So anti-clockwise direction 1, 2, 3. If we go back to this, what they have said, the people are numbered from 1 to 8 in the clockwise direction starting from Vishal. So Vishal, if it is numbered 1, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Nilesh and Chaitali are opposite. Yes, Ritesh, Nilesh and Chaitali are opposite. So these should be positions of Chaitali and Nilesh. And Nilesh has two females adjacent to him. So Nilesh is here. So two females adjacent to him are Komal and Devyani. That's why this is position of Nilesh. Okay. I hope it is clear. Chalo. So question 6. Who sits at 6th position? 6th position is Ajay. Who is sitting at 6th position? Ajay. Yes. Correct, Ritesh. Ajay is correct. Next question is who sits at the second position? Who sits at the second position? So Komal sits at the second position, option C. Who sits opposite to Vishal? Who sits opposite to Vishal? So opposite to Vishal is Babita. Diametrically opposite to Vishal is Babita. Then Komal sits diagonally opposite to whom? Ajay. So correct answer is option B. And question 10. How many people sit between Divyani and Gautam? So from whichever side you count between Divyani and Gautam, 1, 2, 3. From this side also 1, 2, 3. So 3 people are sitting between Divyani and Gautam. So correct answer is option A. Yes, correct, Ritesh. Okay, let's move to next question now, which is based on matrix arrangement. So this will be the last set of our discussion today. Last set of discussion for today. Sure, you can try solving this. 6 persons E, F, G, H, I and J were born and studied in 6 different cities among Kolkata, Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Pune and Mumbai, but not necessarily in the same order. No person studied in the city in which he or she was born. No two persons were born in the same city and studied in the same city. The following information is known about them. H studied in E's hometown and E studied in Mumbai. So simply here what you can do is draw a table of person, native place and study place. Use that table for noting this data in matrix arrangement questions. So you can draw a table like this. And now note down whatever information is given to you in such table, so that it will be very easy for solving. Okay, so H studied in E's hometown. So if E's native place is X, H study place is X. E studied in Mumbai. So this is given. H's hometown is Chennai. This is also given. So let's note down whatever information is given. So we can note it down quickly. I did not study in Delhi. F was born in Pune. So F's native place is Pune. J studied in Bangalore. F studied in I's hometown. If I's hometown is Y, F studied in the same city Y. G studied in Pune. G studied in Pune. Neither E nor I was born in Bangalore, and neither I nor J was born in Kolkata. So now if you look at this table, what can we write at the place of X and Y? What can we write at the place of X and Y? Clearly I cannot write Pune for X, otherwise E and F, the native place will be same. I cannot write Mumbai, otherwise E's native place and study place will be same. I cannot write Chennai also with the same logic, and I cannot write Bangalore also. So Pune, Chennai, Mumbai, Bangalore are not possible for X and Y. So what is possible? Only Delhi or Kolkata are possible for X and Y. So if X is Delhi, Y is Kolkata, or if X is Kolkata, Y will be Delhi. But looking at condition number 9, neither I nor J was born in Kolkata, means Y cannot be Kolkata. If Y cannot be Kolkata, only one option remains for Y, so Y is Delhi. Y is Delhi. If Y is Delhi, it means X is Kolkata. If Y is Delhi, X is Kolkata. Okay, now if you look at the column of this study place, Mumbai, Delhi, Pune, Kolkata and Bangalore is done. What is left? Here Chennai. So you can write Chennai here in front of I. If you look at column of native place, Kolkata, Pune, Chennai and Delhi is done. What is left? Bangalore and Mumbai. So in front of J study place is Bangalore, so I cannot write Bangalore again. So clearly I have to write Mumbai here, and I have to write Bangalore here. So this completes our table, and now we can answer the questions. Okay, so now we can easily answer the questions. Let's move to first question based on this table. Who studied in Chennai? Who studied in Chennai? So clearly we can see it is I who studied in Chennai. So option D should be correct. Yes, correct Shruti and Ritesh, it is correct. J was born in which city? J was born in Mumbai. Yes. Yes, correct. Ritesh, Somu, correct. Which of the following person, native place, study place is true? Question 13, what should be the answer? Yes, J, Mumbai, Bangalore is the correct combination. Yes, Ritesh and Somu, your answers are correct. And 14th, which of the following is false? Yes, correct. Shruti, your answer is correct. Question 14, which of the following is false? Yes, Sakshi, correct. Sakshi, Somu, Digvijay, yes, correct. Yes, Ritesh, correct. So option C is correct. Jay studied in Mumbai is false because Jay's native place is Mumbai. And question 15. Three of the following four are alike in a certain way and so form a group. Find the one that does not belong to the group. So last question for today. Yes, Ritesh, Somu, Digvijay have given correct answer. Shruti, yes, correct. G, Kolkata does not belong to the group because F, Delhi, F study place is Delhi, E study place is Mumbai, I study place is Chennai. But for G, Kolkata, it is not correct. Yes, correct, Sakshi. Yes. Good. So I hope you learned a few approaches to some questions, some important questions of important topics related to maths and logical reasoning section of Maharashtra Law CET. So these are the most critical topics that I had chosen for these sections, maths and logical reasoning. You can expect questions around these areas in your CET section. Logical reasoning, you can expect puzzles on linear arrangement, circular arrangement, matrix arrangement. You may have one or more puzzles on this. And in maths, you can expect questions on topics like percentage, profit loss, average, ratio, time, speed, distance, permutation and combinations. On these topics, you can expect questions. Okay. They will not be very difficult. So just make sure you are doing basics right. And if your basic concepts are correct, you can easily answer those questions. Okay. So I hope you learned from this session and be updated with our YouTube channel of 𝐼MS Law. So we try to bring more and more such educational stuff for you time and again whenever there is critical point in your career, your exams are near. We bring to you different updates related to exam and all that is required for your preparation. So stay connected with this channel I hope you enjoyed this session. So okay, thank you Ritesh, thank you Somu. Okay, great. Right, so see you again. So this is Tushar Joshi signing off. Bye bye everyone. Have a good day and all the best for your exam. Bye bye.